That's Kermit. That's you. You're that Kermit the Frog.
Disproportionate Kermit the Frog, just because. That's good. I'll take it.
His legs got to touch the feet pedals somehow, huh? He's just a puppet. What are you gonna do? Make him bigger? No, stretch the legs out. What are you doing? That's how Jim Henson always talks.
That Family Guy episode where fucking with my sister, legs go all the way up, Griffin.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just the straight up like long leg Stewie Griffin just blew your mind.
Yeah.
He's riding the bike. All right, getting comfortable in the armoire.
Well, I mean, an armoire is something very different. I don't think you could store too many coats in that chair.
I thought an armoire was a chair you had armrests.
It's you own one. That's what an armoire is right there.
I'm going to tell you, that came with the apartment.
A giant cabinet for ghosts to hide in.
Oh, you mean like in Harry Potter when they put that thing that transforms into things?
I'm sure in Harry Potter that happens at some point, but I don't remember.
There's my issue with Harry Potter, and it's not, and it is what it is, but like, it's just made up boggledy-book words, and
you're right.
I can't keep track of all this nonsense.
Yep.
So you know what I'm talking about. There's a cabinet, and then things come out of it.
I don't.
And like,
I think it's just called the Cabinet of Curiosities. It's got almost nothing to do with Harry Potter at all.
No, it's like there's a thing that comes out of it, and it transforms into stuff. It's the one where the dude's a werewolf. So, oh shit!
Okay.
I just spoiled it for those of you who haven't read that.
Oh, damn it!
That book. I'm 33 years old, and that book came out when I was a child. So if you haven't read it at this point, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, you're in trouble.
But also, don't bother because it's, I guess, transphobic.
Just watch the movie. Just watch the fucking movie instead. Just watch the movie and be upset that Gary Oldman doesn't get enough screen time to justify his existence in the film.
Who was he in?
Sirius Black. He needed to be in way more than 1.5 of a movie.
Yeah, he did.
If you're gonna have a whole ass Gary Oldman in your shit alongside a bunch of nobodies, make him the star.
You know what? Maybe if you're gonna write a best-selling children's book,
don't be transphobic.
Exactly. maybe pepper in anything other than white people too.
Well, it's all good though because she made Dumbledore gay after he's dead already. When it doesn't matter at all that he's gay. That's fine. We're square.
When he was at his gayest,
we're even Steven.
Oh my God. And there's the one black character he's in the background of a lot of shots.
He's barely and like
and also I didn't know he was British. He's the, I don't know if you've seen How to Get Away with Murder. He's like in the first season. He's like the main character of the first season.
It's been on my list for a minute. No,
he's also a wizard. He's
okay.
He's got a name.
I'm sure.
He's mentioned by
Most
name.
People do and are. Isn't he with like Robert Pattinson and that whole group in that one?
No, this dude. He's just like they just
there might
like
be 2 black guys in the whole series.
There might be
maybe 2. That's diversity right there for you. That's America First. Nick Fuentes, who I think I may have mentioned in the last podcast. Actually,
I'm lost.
So there's the Proud Boys, and then there's even more covert white supremacy. And Nick Fuentes is like this 26-year-old asshole who is the leader of this group called America First. And they like to say things like, I don't want America to be all white, just 80 or 90%. Black people are fine as long as they're just around. Not near me. No, not near me. Just as long as they're somewhere nearby, but not too nearby.
So they're terrible.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I get it. I got it. I understand. And how did we land on this topic?
I was talking about diversity. The 2 black people in a whole movie series is about the right amount of black people for Nick Fuentes.
I see. All right. I see where we're going with this.
Yeah.
You could do
I'll
better.
tie it together.
J.K. Rowling, you could do better.
A lot of people could.
I know you're sitting there listening on your yachts on yachts on yachts.
Yeah.
You got yachts in your pools on your yachts in your pools.
The only reason your game is good or even playable is because you had nothing to do with it.
And also you could Avada Kedavra children at whim.
You can.
I don't know how this game works. I don't know how you're able to just do this spell you're not supposed to be able to
do.
do.
Well, you learn it. Well, and then
look, I'm not gonna lie. Saying the words Avada Kedavra, not that hard.
No, you're right.
Fucking swish and flick. Avada Kedavra.
Yeah.
Like if you can say it, you can do it. there's no
That's probably easier than stabbing someone.
That's what I'm saying.
You just have to say the same words that a man says before he pulls a bunch of handkerchiefs out of his sweater.
Basically. I mean, you get pretty close to that. I don't know if that's a copyrighted phrase she couldn't use.
You know how many fucking handkerchiefs fit in a wizard's sleeve? Probably a whole chest full.
A wizard sleeve. Not even a magician, a wizard.
Yeah. Well, that's what they call themselves.
That's what they would like to be called. Feel like Chris Angel is just always on he's just one day he's going to come out and be like, all right, Wizard Angel.
He'd probably...
Chris Wizard.
Chris Wizard.
That's the fucking word.
He goes, I'd rather be a wizard than an angel.
Mind Wizard. Which would be a pretty badass Spider-Man villain.
Mind Wizard?
That's a very 1960s.
It's a Doctor Strange enemy, probably.
It's the anti-Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's the Mind Wizard.
Mind Wizard sounds like fucking something, a guy you'd have to fight in like the Transformers 80s. Or G.I. Joe.
Well, yeah.
It's Cobra Commander and Mind Wizard.
That's what I'm saying.
You're all kinds of fucked if they both are in the same room.
Oh, which brings me to my next point.
What's that?
Go to darkroastcult.com and do anything. I don't care what you do. Just go there.
Go to grindhousemovie.club. It'll take you to the same place, but it might be easier to type. And just stare at the screen if you want.
Yeah. Honestly, just go there. Check it out. There's nothing there now, but in the near future, there might be.
Just you wait.
There's like a points thing you can sign up for.
On the topic of wizards, I'm working on a design. I'm working on a piece of art relevant to this podcast that's wizard themed. He's got a magic ball. There's all kinds of smoke.
Wizard.
And he's got tentacles, I've decided.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, you might see that soon on somewhere, peppered in somewhere.
Once I stop procrastinating, literally the thing I enjoy.
Procrastinating is so good.
It is. It feels great.
Like when you got Fortnite right there, it's like, wow, why would I even record this podcast or watch the movie Jaws?
So many documentaries about people dying and being killed.
Oh my God. There's
apparently Deadliest Catch is on Discovery Plus, so I'm in trouble.
Well, they've just got like interrogation footage. Every interrogation footage you could ever want to see, and it's like a bag of marbles. Everyone's different.
Arguably too much interrogation footage.
Sometimes, yeah.
At a certain point, it gets fucking boring, JCS. If you're listening, I want you to know that as much as I appreciate your videos being 2.5 hours long, I don't need the entire interrogation video.
I mean, sometimes
give me the highlights.
Okay, all right. Then they should upload highlight videos next to their top 10 most interrogated footages. Number 1.
We interrogate the fuck out of this guy. Holy shit.
This guy gets interrogated to death. Anyway, so darkroastcult.com. Also, I don't know. There's a Twitter. There's social media for this podcast. We just never talk about it. We're chill. We're really chill about it.
You know, yeah. I'd find it on Twitter and follow it if you like.
Yeah, I think it's Grindhouse MC.
Did you make a separate Instagram for the clips and whatnot?
I mean, there's an Instagram. I don't think there's anything clip related on it, but it's there. I think it's Grindhouse MC, to be honest with you. I'm really bad at this. Don't worry, guys. I got you.
We gotta hire an SEO marketer.
I'll put the links in the description, hopefully.
Thanks, Andrew, for the fucking theme song, as always.
And thanks, Andrew, for the theme song, as always.
What movie did we do this week? I don't know why. I feel like I have laryngitis, so I apologize in advance if I get raspy here.
No. If we get raspy, because I could also get raspy at any minute. That's just us.
Comes with age.
We're fully embodying the saltiness of the sea.
Yeah. Oh, it's on theme. Good.
So this week we did Jaws.
We did. Classic. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'll preface. I forgot how fucking good this movie was. Holy shit. I was like, we're in for some stuff that's not going to hold up after 35 years. I was wrong.
Yeah, you were. I will say this will be the only time in this entire podcast where I have read the book before I saw the movie.
Didn't know that. Moby Dick? What book?
Jaws.
Oh, there's a book.
Yeah.
That's news to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's
right on.
It was a book first.
Is it as good of a book as it is of a movie?
I mean, it's a book.
Yeah.
You don't see anything.
Well, you do, but it's in the magic of the mind. It's behind your eyeballs.
Yeah,
what you're seeing.
I preferred the film. I read the book when I was in like grade 7, so
Okay.
The film much better. It's just arguably better. A shark explodes, and if you think you can do that justice in your mind, you can't.
No, not as good as on screen. A shark explodes, and then one child has more blood than a full-grown adult in his body.
Yes, I'm very glad that you also noticed.
Oh my god!
Like when blood hits water, yeah, it does appear like there's a lot more of it. Like,
but when it sprays up like Old Fucking Faithful, like the kids on a raft going overseas with the special delivery from the fucking blood factory.
Yeah, it's definitely like when you're on any like ride at an amusement park where there's water and it gushes up out of the water.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, those like the flume rides.
Yeah.
It's a flume of blood.
It is, and you're gonna get it on you. Better have left your phone on the beach.
I did you look at the trivia page?
Did I look at the novel? You mean? Did I read Lord of the Rings this morning?
Yeah.
Fucking trivia page is longer than an obituary in China.
There was a particular piece of trivia I was looking for, and I, to be honest, couldn't get through the trivia.
Holy shit!
You know, some of the look.
It would take you this movie's length to read the trivia page,
and not all of it is trivia.
Some of it's just like what facts.
Yeah, like Steven
Observable
Spielberg
facts.
Breathes through his nose and out of his mouth. I think 8 times I read that the shark sucked. The mechanical shark was garbage. Like this, I get it.
Richard Dreyfuss has eyes and a hat on.
Richard Dreyfuss married Julia Louise, and
that's true. I never put those twos together in my head.
I did. It wasn't on the fact page though. It should have been.
Hopefully he did that while she was still hot. I don't know what she looks like these days, but I doubt.
Well,
heavily.
Look, I'll give you a tip.
Yeah.
In Seinfeld, it was Julia Louise Dreyfus. So
yeah, no,
you're
right.
good.
And now
I don't know if she was hot then. I don't think so. Because I don't know. It's a very 90s look.
Yeah, you could get away with being ugly on TV in the 90s.
You could.
You got 2 sentences or less for this movie?
To be honest, like it's just the only thing I could think of was if you think your boat's big enough, you're wrong.
Yeah, and you need a bigger one.
Always.
Mine. I wrote a plot synopsis.
Okay.
A suicidal alcoholic and his 2 handlers help contribute to diversity by reducing the number of dangerous whites in the area.
That was poetic. I like it. How about just like, man, the real monster. Boom, 3 words.
Sure.
4 words.
Nailed it.
So I was going through the trivia page. Lots of fucking trivia. Not all of it's good. Not all of it.
No, I'm sure that's true.
The one piece of trivia I was looking for was about there's like a lady in the background of a scene. I don't know which one.
Okay.
And I gotta tell you, I didn't find out the answer to this, so I didn't write it down.
Okay.
But there's there was a lady. She's getting off of a ferry. She's wearing I think it's a blue bandana and like jeans and everything.
I can almost guarantee it's when all the fucking people come in for 4th of July.
I think so. Yeah, it's around then. She's getting off this ferry, and that's like, you see her in the background, and then they did find her murdered, decapitated, and shit on the beach.
Ooh.
Like, and then I think she's called the Lady of the Dunes. And she was found like with the bandana and the jeans and everything. And then there's like people were watching Jaws and they realized, hey, there she is in the background of this movie.
And her head's still on.
Yeah, like they were. It was like a whole mystery, I guess. She was missing and they were trying to figure out identity.
Okay.
So there's a whole. If you Google
Not
that,
bad.
it's there.
Yep.
I don't know nothing about it because I couldn't get to it in time.
The only lady I noticed in the background of any shot in this movie is right at the very beginning during the like nighttime beach fire party.
You mean the cigarette and harmonica party?
Yes. And she's just holding a whole ass lobster. She just has a whole lobster in her hand. She's looking at it like she doesn't know what to do with it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I did see that too.
It's like not even ready to be eaten.
Oh shit! I'm trying to Google it real quick to get like the time code. I think it was like there she is right there.
Okay, so
like,
this bitch went missing, and then she turned up headless like Ichabod Crane.
like Ichabod Crane. And then, like, yeah, they got, like, the shirt and the jeans next to her. And
I didn't know I was watching the fucking Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Well, surprise.
Yeah. Johnny Depp gets a mouthful of Christina Ricci. I'm jealous.
I don't remember. To be honest, I didn't watch it. I probably saw the cartoon.
It's a fantastic movie. Oh, it's good. Also, the cartoon was sick. I don't care.
All right, well, how about this movie?
Well, my first question is, how come every movie from the 70s and 80s, every horror movie, like the villain or the monster's song is just like 2 notes on repeat? Fucking Michael Myers. Jason's just whispering.
This one in particular, when Steven Spielberg first heard it, he thought it was a joke. He's like,
well,
but it fucking works.
It does work.
Like, back then he would have no idea. Now, like, you don't go in the water without going like, dun dun.
No, you don't. Everybody does that, and everybody knows where it's from. So many scenes in this movie have things that, like, culturally have been taken just elsewhere forever.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Fucking, his whole speech about it's because it was a Steven Spielberg movie, and I just realized this, but we have to have a character that talks about bombing Hiroshima in World War II.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fucking shark movie with fishermen. By the way, I was in the war.
Well, he talks about the USS Indianapolis. And
yeah.
That was like they delivered the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
The bomb.
Yeah, the better one of the two.
And then they got bombed, and then sharks just ate everybody.
Yeah.
The true story.
It probably is. Honestly.
It is. I saw it on Shark Week.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Oh,
right.
It's 100% true.
Didn't know that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a whole factual thing. And then they also talk about some other, like, shark attacks that happened in New Jersey.
Mm.
Those are real. And they also follow the same, like, there was, like, a lady who got attacked in the water, a dog.
This motherfucker tried to make it as historically accurate as possible. And then he got a giant fucking robot shark and threw it in a pond.
That's essentially what he did.
That's fine.
This movie starts off, and you can tell that it's a Jaws movie just by the way it is. The music is right there in your face, and like, if you didn't know this about sharks, I didn't know this about sharks. Apparently, they just swim eyes first into just plants and things.
They sure do. They have no regard for their own vision.
No, they're just fucking down there brushing by things with their eyes wide open.
Yeah. And then once something touches the right spot, it's like a fucking crocodile. It's just mouth. It's mouth time. I can tell because there's something near it.
So yeah, we go from just like this weird swimming POV to, like I said, a make-out beach cigarette harmonica party.
Which, two people are going to bang when they exchange a very creepy smile. Creepy smiles mean it's bang time in 1975.
To be honest, I think we were one pineapple away from a fucking swingers party at this...
This is that fucking orgy from the werewolf movie.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. These two people like look at each other and they're like, "Ooh, hi. I see you're smoking a cigarette and eating a lobster,
drinking a light beer but wasted." Explain that, lightweight.
They exchange this. I don't know. We don't get to hear their conversation.
No, all you get to hear is him chasing after this woman, really insisting that he's not drunk, which is what people say when they're fucking drunk. Nobody asked. Nobody asked him if he was or not, and he's trying to plead his case.
I feel like there was like conversation cut out of this bit because she's just running. As she's like running away, she's going down the beach. She's throwing her clothes off, and she like pulls her boobs out, and and you can hear the guy going like, "I'm coming. Okay, now I'm really coming."
Yeah. And then he can't even stay awake long enough to get laid. He just fucking takes a nap immediately.
Yeah, he can't even get his fucking pants off at the beach.
I right away, and this is a good example of the whole like cultural thing. There's an episode, there's a Treehouse of Horror episode where dolphins come up on land and sort of take over, like fucking Animal Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning, Lenny's the first one to die, and he's doing the same thing this chick is doing, and he just straight up says, "Yes, alcohol and night swimming, a perfect combination."
Oh my god, I love it.
So this fucking chick's swimming alone in the fucking water, and then she hops on her underwater jet ski and gets dragged around by that thing for about 5 minutes.
Mike, that is honestly, it's hilarious.
Is.
I'm sorry.
It's so like slow, and you can tell that she's just holding on to some fucking rod under the water being pulled around.
Yeah, it was two groups of people on shore yanking in either direction to send her around like that.
Getting her drawn and quartered in the water.
Oh my god. She's also, before she gets bit, she's just like, I'm swimming!
Yeah.
And she just says some shit like that.
In the 70s, you had to announce your actions as you did them.
It's like, we need you to voice over this clip. I don't know, just say whatever.
Describe your behavior in the scene. While I'm swimming!
Swimming!
You had all day to swim. All right? And now the sun's down.
Is it, Jay? Is the sun really down?
Yeah.
Are you sure this wasn't shot weirdly and then filtered blue? Because I think it was.
Once they get on the fucking boat near the end and they're on it overnight, it's totally shot for night in post. Mm-hmm. I noticed that for sure.
This particular scene, we get that like famous Jaws shot from down below with the naked lady swimming over, and the sun.
Oh, it's right out, isn't it?
In the middle of the sky.
Yep, good. Wish I'd noticed that.
Brightest fucking moon I've ever seen.
Well, it's, you know what they say? It's a sailor's delight. Or some shit. I don't know.
Sailors got rhymes for everything, and I don't know how they manage to just like...
Salt water fucks with your short-term memory. You gotta create mnemonic devices to remember not to drown to death.
They're always good. Like, they're true usually, right?
Yeah, I imagine. Now, I'm not a sailor, so I don't know. I don't know if I would feel warned by a red sky in the morning, but I probably should.
Well, yeah, I think red sky at any point is God's angry. Take cover.
Doesn't really rhyme, but it gets the message across.
Yeah, it's in whatever's important in that sentence. You hear it. God angry. Take cover.
God angry. This dumb beaver gets dragged all the way to a buoy, and she doesn't even like try to climb up the thing. She just holds onto it for half a second.
Yeah, she grabs that boy.
That's your saving grace right there, that boy.
As she's getting comically tossed around too, doesn't she say something like, "It hurts"?
Yeah, of course it does. It's a goddamn shark.
This is like the one thing you can think to say. You're dying.
Yeah, and this guy's passed right out on the beach, and he is, but he isn't. He's supposed to be passed out on the beach, but then the tide comes in a little bit, and a wave comes up past him, and you can see him react to how cold the water is in the shot.
Oh, well,
like he's supposed to be asleep, but you can actually see him like voice, "Oh my god!"
Because if he's got frosty water right up his derriere.
Yeah, taint.
Yeah,
it's tainted now.
Got his balls cold, real chilly. So also, this dude's about. Yeah, he's just passed out on the beach. She's screaming his head off. I don't know how drunk you gotta be to sleep through an entire shark attack, but
yeah, like a vocal one.
If you're that drunk, like, how did you manage to get down to the beach in the first place?
It's a great. Well, he did fall at least once.
Yeah, and it looked really like an accident for sure.
The two people that matter the least in the movie, you can't blame them for acting shittily.
It's fine. It's fine.
You fucking. There was no need to even have her have a name. You know who doesn't have a name in this movie? The medical examiner. But this chick is named Chrissy, and she's on screen for maybe 30 seconds before she dies. Maybe name the medical examiner that's there all movie.
Well, maybe the medical examiner should have pulled his tits out. Then he would have had a first and last name for sure.
Fair enough.
So it's morning, and there's a couple just waking up. This is just the movie. We cut from shark attack to a couple waking up, and you can tell like this movie is old. You can tell it's old by the way they're like, "Do you see the kids?" No. I don't know. Maybe they're in the backyard. Okay.
Was it really, and this is a trend, was it really that hard to be a parent before 1985? Why are parents always shitty that long ago?
Well, no, see, I don't think it's that parents were shitty. It's just that everybody else is getting increasingly shittier to the point where you should probably watch your kids now.
Oh my god, dude.
I feel like...
Nah, they're just out near water somewhere at age 5 and 7.
Yeah. Oh yeah, these are children.
That's great. Fucking... Yeah, and then like... The one kid comes in with a cut on his hand from this filthy, rusty swing set that they just let them play on. It's a goddamn tetanus manufacturing plant.
This isn't like a little... His blood is running down his hand. Like, go to the hospital.
So
amount of
nonchalant
blood.
to this mom. It's like, that's not even the worst thing I've seen today.
Yeah, let me just run this under dirty tap water. We'll wash the dirty blood away.
Probably straight from the ocean tap water, because we're on an island.
Yeah,
that you have to ride a ferry to get to.
So this island is it Montauk? I got to look at
Well, it's called Amity, but it's like it's nearby Long Island and shit like that, because later on it's mentioned that if this beach closes, they're just gonna go to another one. Yes, that's how that works.
Because I'm not. I feel like this island is not so much an island as just like it's super close.
Yeah,
because like Long Island, New
York,
York,
that the fucking Flower Island off of Toronto.
Yeah, I feel like it's that kind of deal.
Probably
because you have to take this little ferry. But at one point, there's people on the beach and they're like, "Well, how do I become an islander? Oh, you have to be born here. You can't just be one.
You immigrant."
And like
papers,
like Long Island, New York City, it's all the same island.
Yeah, it's all right there.
So what the fuck are we talking about here?
In all the 5 boroughs, I'm whatever the fuck Dale Day-Lewis says in Gangs of New York.
Well, that's New York City, and then like after that, it's like Long Island and other places. But it's all the same island that the white man stole from the Native Americans.
Also, not a Native American in sight in this movie.
You know,
we put him elsewhere.
I mean, I didn't. I wasn't there. I didn't make the decision.
So this fucking mom, after seeing the cut on one child's hand from the rusty swing that she's fully aware is a death trap because she says so, just allows the even younger kid to continue to play on the swing and even joins him, while the one responsible parent, who's not at all, leaves in a police truck with a giant antenna on the back like an RC car.
Also, I just want to point out, they have two home phones.
Yeah, they do. And they're right beside each other, thus defeating the purpose of having 2 of them.
Yeah, he has to answer a phone and he picks up the wrong one first. I don't know why you would have the same ring on both phones.
Same ring.
I'm guessing one's like the police line, and this is something that just happens in the 70s.
Sure.
Like
one's just, it's straight to chief and back to the fucking precinct. And the other one, it's like that's the one for mom to use to talk to all of her friends from actual New York instead of this dumb island that you're on for no reason because you're hydrophobic. Why the fuck did you decide to be a police chief on an island when you're afraid of water?
Well, he was originally from New York City now. Let's not forget that. But he brings up a solid point. It's only an island when you look at it from the water. Boom!
That may be one of the most retarded things I've ever heard a person say.
It's kind of like that Jim Carrey movie.
Which? The Truman Show?
Yeah.
All right.
Because he's on an island, but I mean, like he lives on that island.
Yeah, in a dome.
And he's afraid of water too.
Yeah. Well, he was born there.
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of I
mean, they put the fear of water into him by drowning his father in front of him.
It's a really good way. That's a better way to get a kid to cry on command than telling them off screen that their dog died.
Yeah, don't you fucking leave this island. There's your daddy.
Look at your dead dad's bloated corpse.
So anyway, the dad just drives off while his youngest child is still swinging on this swing that he's warned them about.
That's correct.
Good
and
parenting.
Then the older one, after getting patched up, just fucks off to the water by himself. And that's good parenting in 1975.
Mm-hmm. So,
if you're not hearing the pained screams of an injured child, it's that's what constitutes a bad parent at that point.
Well, they're certainly not learning a lesson if they're not in pain.
Yep, you're right.
And that's what the 70s parenting was all about. Mm-hmm. Get out there and learn.
Man, once like disciplining your child became defined as domestic abuse, I bet you like ruler sales took a hit.
Yardsticks.
Yeah. Broom handles.
Well, they're still going well in America. They're using.
Fair enough.
They're still beating kids, I guess. So this cop who casually he answered this phone call. Like, "Hello, I am the chief of police. Yes, and I'm just here talking to you on the phone very casually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be there in about 20 minutes. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, there's just somebody missing? Yeah, I'll be don't worry. They're not going to be more missing.
We're not going to go through the original or the regular channels of investigation here. I'm just going to show up to the beach and talk to the guy who's too drunk to have any memory whatsoever. Case closed.
Yeah. Also, super suspicious story.
He just straight up goes, yeah, I was drunk. She went in alone. I went to bed.
You're under arrest.
Yeah, you are.
You were the last person to see him. We're gonna.
There's nobody around to prove that you didn't have your way with her first.
I'm gonna take you down to.
She looks pretty penetrated to me.
Oh yeah, so they're like walking along the beach, and like, so there's just some other cop. There's the chief, and then there's some other cop. Didn't catch his name. He's just cop.
Now, yeah, I don't know if he has one either.
And he's blowing this whistle down the beach.
One of the benefits to having these expensive microphones is that when we go to wet our whistles, you're not going to hear it, no matter how much ice is in the cup. Different story when the wettest whistle is right in full view of a video camera. This guy's drooling on his fucking whistle to blow it.
Well, when you find out why he's blowing it, I get it. Like, he's blowing the shit of this whistle. He like kind of fucking takes a knee, and honestly, he looks like his day has been ruined.
Well, it has.
It's just a dead body.
Yeah, you must have seen at least one in your tenure as a police deputy. Now, I wrote, poor Chrissy was forced to get in the water alone, and once she comes out, she's pretty crabby about it.
Well, yeah, she's
covered in crustaceans. There's more on her than there is in the water.
Yeah,
how did she wash up a hill?
We don't ask questions.
That's my question.
The tide brought her in. The left.
All right.
I wrote, she's. You see a hand sticking up, covered in crabs. I guess that gentleman dodged a bullet. By the way, crabs, if you were wondering, are fucking monsters.
That's true.
They will eat anything that stops moving for a minute.
Yep.
Like, if you hold still, a crab is gonna try and take a bite out of you.
Probably. And that's why they're one of my favorite animals.
There's an island that is off of Mexico somewhere, and it's just like a ring with a pond in the middle of it.
Okay.
Covered in crabs.
Fucking Crab City, that island.
These crabs eat each other.
Nice.
So if a crab stops moving, crabs just...
They're vindictive as fuck. I've seen videos of them fighting, and one will come up and just go, "What's that, your arm? Give me that."
Yep.
See ya.
I got this arm now, and then they just fucking eat it.
Yep.
They suck the meat right out of it, and that's that.
Thanks for the extra limb.
So, if you... crabs are so cute. No.
One thing that crabs have in common with Jewish people is that they both like shellfish. I'm proud of myself.
You shouldn't be.
Am though.
So I guess the arm that you see in this frame, is just a lady who was working on the film set, and they were like,
oh, so it is real.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was a fucking mannequin's arm because I like rewound it so that I could look at the thumb again because it looked like somebody had just like unscrewed the fingertip on a mannequin. But no, you get to see it later on, and it is a full hand.
Yeah, I guess the fake arm looked too fake, so they just had a lady who was working on the thing just lay in the sand, and they
hope we got hazard pay for that, given how many crabs were on your fucking body.
Oh yeah, I hope they at least gave her a comb to pick those out later.
Ugh, a comb and a shampoo.
Woo. So the we just go back to the police station.
Yeah, well, this is where we find out that Chief Martin Brody, our main character's job as police chief, is basically to like chase away rapscallions and fix fences.
Oh my god.
All he does is like the same kind of busy work you would give to an immigrant housekeeper. And they're so aggressive about it. Everybody like, for some reason, small town folk here love to interrupt people while they're walking with a problem.
Oh my god, I don't know how this chief gets anything done because he takes 2 steps and somebody is just saying bullshit to him.
Barging into his fucking office to complain about a car existing.
Yeah, and he like leaves, goes around the corner, and some like man is just saying some shit, holding a bike tire.
Over and over again.
Who knows? And he goes down to the beach, people walk up to him, hey, blah, 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 blah.
Can't get a word in edgewise half the time with these people. And then secondly, I'm not even in the uniform, man. I'm on the beach with my family.
He's the chief of police. You don't go right to the top of the ladder because somebody kicked a hole in your fence. Like,
if you slip on water at the grocery store, do you immediately ask to see the CEO of Walmart?
It's very much the same. Anyway, we're in his office, and I think he's on the phone with the medical examiner. And he's like, oh, okay. And he starts filling out this report. And like, as he's doing this, I guess it's his secretary. Some old lady just walks
Yeah.
in and he's like, hey, listen, I don't want any of this old shit. All this old forms of filing we do. I don't want this on my desk. As he types away on a fucking typewriter.
On a typewriter, and he misspells coroner twice.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He sent the body to the coroner's office.
I didn't even see that.
Unless it's on the corner of the street, you fucked up. And now I'm pretty sure that's a crime. To like, doesn't that count as like, not misfiling, but like falsifying a document or some shit like that, maybe?
I feel like this...
And you're fucked after that because you have to print out an entirely new sheet and fill it out in the typewriter. I mean, you could type over it, but then you look like an asshole.
Sorry, no, my question is more... What printer?
Yeah, if they have one, wouldn't you just do it on the computer then?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no computer, but like, how'd you get that form?
I feel like he probably gets a package in the mail. He orders them in.
Oh, good, my murder forms are in. Sick, I was worried.
Oh my god.
4th of July is coming up, and somebody inevitably is going to get hit in the face with fireworks out here.
I'm gonna pre-fill all of these out.
Firework mishap, just 10 times.
We're gonna need at least 3. So the one thing he doesn't misspell is possible shark attack. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
How I think you might know.
Look at it. Look at that body.
She was chomped.
You see the teeth marks everywhere? Oh, it's probably a boat accident. Also, the whole thing with the mayor is that he wants to keep the beaches open for the 4th of July. So he's trying to suppress that it was a shark attack by saying that it was a boat accident instead. Is that really better for business? Involuntary manslaughter on the 4th of July?
They're just
That's a way bigger investigation.
It's 1975. Just some good old boys having a good old time.
Killing a woman with a propeller.
Well, okay, so yeah, first of all, so there's like it's possible shark attack, and he goes to this other cop and he's like, hey, go get some beached clothes signs. We don't have any. You don't have any beached clothes. The beach is just open 24 fucking hours a day, all year round.
Like the most important sign to have in your office is that one.
Because
blue-green algae exists. You're not close. It's not like you're very rarely closing the beach. Algae blooms happen, like sea foam, that shit's gross.
There's beaches here that have the sign pre-put up and somebody just walks out and slips the it's closed thing in there.
It's like a little arrow and you just move it counterclockwise to the side.
Is the water poisonous?
You
Looks
just
like
put
the
like
arrows
a different,
that no.
You put a different colored sticker on it in the morning and just like call it a day after that.
Pretty much.
No, get some fucking fence posts, and instead of fixing this old man's fence that the kids karate chopped down, I don't even know, that doesn't even make sense as a sentence, but that's what happens in the movie. Instead of fixing, basically your fence is fucked because I gotta close the beach. I'm buying all the fence posts at the fence store. Because it's a fucking it's an island, the beach is everywhere.
I just...
Yep.
Yeah. He goes in to buy like this shit because they have to fucking hand make these signs. There has been, Jay, a shark attack, and this man is walking to the general store casually.
There's no urgency whatsoever here.
No
the sun
hustle.
is shining. Probably people are at the beach right now. Matter of fact, there's a group of Boy Scouts doing their mile swim for their merit badge, and their handler is in a dinghy that could not support the number of kids if something happened.
Oh my god, yeah. So
you have to pick and choose which ones have the richest parents, and then just leave the rest and hope that they can make their mile marker.
Yeah. The other cop shows up and he tells him this shit. So he's like, "Here, you make the fucking signs. Then I'll go." Said he, and this is also, I think we bump into the mayor, and the mayor overhears it.
Interrupts a man with his hands full of wood and boards for signs, and stops him like, "Can I put this down somewhere before you speak to me about anything?"
And if you were wondering if he's the mayor, look at him.
Look at
him.
Every mayor. Something about a man in a pinstripe jacket makes me think he's selling cotton candy all the time.
It's not he's got little anchors on it. It's patterned anchors.
Later on, it's fucking pinstripe.
Okay.
Later on, he's selling candy to kids with cancer at the hospital.
Well, yeah, he's not giving it to them, Jay. He's selling it to them for sure. He's the mayor.
He doesn't give anything away, this mayor.
So, the Brody, he heads down to by the way, the ferry is a single car ferry.
Well, yeah, this is the one that it must not go very far.
It doesn't. Because Brody gets on and he goes, "Take me to those boys." And he points at the scouts that are not good directions.
Take me directly to the...
Take me to the children.
The largest cluster of boys nearby. I want to be near them.
I need to get to the children.
This mayor, though, just fucking pulls his whole car onto the ferry and just parks it like he owns the place.
And this... Okay, so this mayor has got pull. Because as soon as he heard the beach was closed, he went and found the medical examiner.
The one for the town, probably.
He got the coroner. He's got his henchmen.
Yeah,
This
mayor talks to the police chief like he owns the dump. Like he owns a trash compacting service.
Yeah.
And these are just the goons the mafia sent to help.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, here's the medical guy. He says boat accident, actually. Didn't you? You said fucking boat accident, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I guess she might have fallen asleep in the water and got hit by a boat.
You like your knees? It's a boat accident.
4th of July's coming up. I was hoping to do a lot of kick swimming. a lot of doggy paddling. I need my knees for that.
Holy fuck.
So I guess...
Also, fuck this mayor right away, because who comes up behind you and tries to get your attention by pinching the sensitive part of the back of your arm? Fuck you right away.
Yeah, that's a bad start.
Care. You might be offering me a raise. I'll take a pay cut if you do that. Matter of fact, I quit.
You might as well slap me directly in the ear.
Holy shit.
You're gonna get the same "what the fuck do you want" response.
Do you have any small tacks you can put in my shoes nearby?
So long story short, this whole conversation, he's just like, hey, we can't close the beach.
That's all our money.
We lose the money.
We're gonna be poor in the winter. All the time that they're having this conversation, he keeps grabbing him by the arm like a security guard escorting somebody out of a baseball stadium and walking him closer to camera. He does it like 3 times. That's so fucking condescending, even once. Let alone, and he just stands there and takes it. Like, I'd be angry. How do you not just get super pissed? Also, this is when I began to notice, and later on it's worse in the beach scenes and shit, but I think the majority of this film's budget was spent on having a costume designer on retainer to just fix toupees between shots, because holy fuck is it windy constantly and everybody's hair is a mess. Everybody looks like they just got banged.
Well, I'm sure the hair budget, the comb and hairspray budget on this movie,
insane. Let me fix your tie and then also your hair every 5 minutes. I cut. Trump's bald again.
It says hair flap unflapped. We gotta button that shit down.
Fuck.
Batten down the flaps. So if you didn't already hate the mayor after this conversation,
buckle up.
Yeah, because he takes this entire ferry wherever the fuck it goes, and you can see clearly there's a lineup of cars.
Oh yeah,
waiting to get on this ferry, and he goes, "Okay, take me back now."
Yeah, let's go. I've decided, fuck all these people. I want my car back on land.
I'm the mayor, and I'm not even facing the right way.
I'm concerned about about patrons coming to my beach on the 4th of July because that's our fiscal quarter. But fuck them. They can stay there for now.
Yeah, I'm not going to drive around and take the bridge exists.
The bridge that's right there.
The bridge that fucking exists.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to clog up the 1-car ferry. Why don't we have a bigger ferry?
Fuck's sake. So, despite the fact that the poor Brody just got strong-armed into leaving the beach open, I guess I'll still bring my wife and kids there. And they can hang out.
Well, let me tell you, I'm bringing my wife and kids there so that when somebody gets bitten by a shark, I can go, "Told you so." Told all you so.
See, kids? Dad was right.
I think he just wants to be there.
Eat your peas also. Eat your peas or else a shark's coming.
See that? She didn't eat her fucking peas.
It's like that Bill Nye episode with the kid that doesn't eat crust and then starts an earthquake. It's the same principle. If you don't eat your Brussels sprouts, I'm going to lose a limb. Is that what you want for Dad?
See that? Her boy doesn't eat his Brussels sprouts.
Fun fact, during this beach scene, the old man that comes up to pester Brody on his day off has that shitty swimming cap on, and Brody goes, "That's some bad hat, Harry." And that's the worst thing he's heard in 30 fucking years. That's the worst thing he's heard since he got rid of Charlie in the Kong line. But that's a Vietnam War joke. The production company, Bad Hat Harry, that's where they took that from.
Oh.
And they're the people who made, among other things, House. So they just they just animated that for their like productions thing at the end of every episode. And I never knew that shit.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That man also, so we're on the beach, and the camera just keeps showing people.
Yep.
It shows a bigger lady who's going swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, it shows her swimming, and then that man is like swimming up to her, and
Yeah.
Brody's like, "Oh fuck," because it's a gray
All you see is
swimming
the
hat.
cat, right? Yeah, you think it's the fin.
Yeah, and he gets all alarmed, and then that dude like goes under. But it shows like a dude and his dog, and you're like, "Oh fuck, who's gonna get it?"
Someone's dying here.
Yeah. And then a boy comes out of the water, and his mom like looks at his hands, and is like, "Oh yeah, you're all pruny. Get the fuck out." Since when has that been?
That's the consequence of swimming. I don't think that it doesn't mean you're sick.
It doesn't mean you've had enough water. It's just like
I'm pruny after a shower.
it's just a poor excuse for this single parent to be like,
Yeah.
"No, I would like to leave because all the traffic. Before the traffic, do you want Dairy Queen or not?"
This Maeve Binchy book I'm reading ain't that great.
So she gives him 10 more minutes, and he like goes and gets a floaty.
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Big mistake.
Sure was, because that
Big.
makes you look like a sad seal. And sharks, they love seals, don't they?
Oh, they. Yep. They fucking love them.
All right, that was gross.
Oh, that's a shark flicking his tongue.
So fucking, the Islander conversation about how you'll never be one of us no matter how hard you try.
Yep.
And then that husband's also a dick. And basically he just goes over to Brody and is like, "Hey, while I got you here, can you repaint my house and fix the shingles for me? It's probably super easy work for you as a police chief."
Yeah, this is the police matter. Some bad guys came and fucked my house up, and now I'd like the police to deal with this.
Do you mind grabbing my groceries for me? You could easily take care of that, I'm sure.
You're the chief of police. Do you mind just running down this list of to-dos?
And like, the easiest way to have that never happen again to you while you're clearly relaxing and not on the clock is to be like, "Hey, get the fuck out of my face." You say that to one guy, word gets around town, you get left alone forever.
Oh, especially in this tiny town of Amity. Yeah. Oh boy. He's the chief of police. He says, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
He says, "Fuck."
That basically, the chief of police said fuck to me. Who do I go to? No one.
I don't think there's a single. Is there a swear word in this entire film? I don't think there's one.
Bastard. You get bastard, I think, twice.
Even the lady getting eaten by a shark isn't like, "Ah, shit."
No. Well, that's taboo.
Ouchies.
There's kids nearby, probably.
They were gonna fuck on. There's people fucking in the water in this scene.
Is there really?
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh dear
and the
God.
dude like throws his stick toward them, or like for the dog.
Oh, I didn't know they were banging.
I mean, it looks like they. Yeah. If they're not banging, there's not enough room for Jesus between them.
That's the couple that she screams because she's getting like picked up on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Like he just swims up on her like that.
That's the one. And
which is a dangerous choice.
Just another thing where Brody is like, these people are just saying things to Brody and Brody's not listening because he's trying to look around them.
Well, it makes sense because they're on the beach at the ocean. There should be a bunch of red herrings.
There should be. There absolutely should be. I forget if that's a bird or a fish.
Well, it's the false alarm.
But is a herring a bird or a fish?
A herring, I believe, is a fish, yeah. A heron is a bird.
And heroine
is just fantastic.
And heroine is a lady in a lady main character.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, there we go. So now you know the difference.
Yeah.
And you've learned something.
So this fucking, that's why I already said the joke. I'm going to say it again. I don't care. The first kid that dies on beach day apparently was carrying a shipment overseas from the blood factory. It's like a tsunami of blood.
Yeah.
That comes out of this kid that gets raft attacked.
There's
it's not even coming from him. It's coming from like in front of him.
Yeah.
Can you just play around in this blood for this scene? Just for like 10 or so seconds?
Brody tells, like, finally, he's like, "Fine, go in the water, kids. I don't care."
Yeah.
And they're playing about 10 feet from this boy in the raft. And you see the shark go under. By the way, How fucking deep are these kids swimming?
What a great question.
I am 33 years old and I would never go out past where I can't touch. What's wrong with you kids? Get the fuck back to the sandbar.
They have a sense of adventure.
Anyway, the water's deep enough that the shark...
I think this shark is like a tremor. It could just tunnel through the sand as well.
Like, it has to be able to. This shark is a massive shark.
The fucking water varies in depth depending on when it's convenient to do so.
Yeah, they don't make it known right away, but this shark is not a normal shark.
Yeah.
It's a huge shark.
Massive.
And nobody is seeing it tickle their feet.
No.
Basically tickle their feet.
There's a million shots where, like, somebody will be on a boat and you can see the shark under the water because it's huge. Mm-hmm. But no, not right now. It must be particularly murky today.
And all right. I'm gonna just say this because I can say this.
Yeah, okay.
I 100% side with the shark.
He's hungry, and you're in the dog dish. What do you expect?
But that inflatable thing with the kicking? Yeah.
Of course.
Give me
that.
What is that?
That's probably a manatee, dude. That could feed me and my family for months.
Yeah. You see it swim by all the kicking feet, like, ew.
I want the bigger one. The bulkier kicking feet.
Exactly.
He kills the dog first. It's like, well, that's the amuse-bouche, I guess. That's the appetizer.
I thought the dog shows up later. The dog doesn't.
I don't remember seeing the dog after that.
I think in my mind I really was like, and then he finds his dog.
The stick floating in the water is a clear enough indicator to me that the dog will no longer be fetching it.
The dog will not be appearing in this film henceforth.
Easiest way to find this out, doesthedogdie.com.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most morbid databases of movie information and trivia ever.
Doesthedogdie.com.
They categorize them by whether or not pets die and what brand of pet it is. So it's not just the dog. It could also be the cat. I think they probably also do like fish, which is hilarious.
Well, doesthefishdie.com. It does.
It fucking does, all right? That's the answer every time.
Right here I wrote, cut to the most blood you'd possibly ever get from inside a child.
I sure hope that shark isn't thirsty because it spilled its drink.
And like this, when the shark gets him, the boy comes up out of the water.
Yeah.
And is just...
flapping around.
It is just a blood gusher.
It is.
It's like in the commercials for Gushers where the children eat the Gushers and their head turned into juicy fruit.
Yeah.
No, this is
his fruit apparently was the juiciest.
It's just a blood bag and it's burst. Because I didn't know. I
don't think I have that much blood in my body.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's so much blood that not only does it gush out of him, it hangs around.
Yeah, it washes up on shore like 20, 30 feet away.
Yeah, and it doesn't dissipate whatsoever. It's a thick, nice blood. He's got that. He's got that type O.
Universal donor.
And probably the funniest moments in this film are any scene where the crowd is panicking and running out of the water because the funniest fucking shit happens.
I missed probably most of it, I imagine.
Oh, likely you did. So in this scene, I don't know if I'm just gonna from memory all the ones I can remember. Hold on, I actually wrote them down. Can I? It might not be in this one. So at one point there's just a lady and she's just clutching her son and screaming while she's still waist deep in water. There's children on an inflatable and a man just swims up to him and says, "Give me this!" And he just takes it from them.
In that same scene before that, and I don't know if it's the same guy or not, it could be that most of these townies are fucking assholes, but there's another raft with a bunch of kids on it, and when the guy realizes there's a shark, he just swims through them. He's like, he fucking flips the whole thing. Later on, he takes it. Later on, it's two different guys. I wrote the first one down, and I was like, how many dickheads are there when it happened the second time?
Oh my god. There's that, and then there's just like old people who made it to shore and are being trampled. And like the shot is their face and people running over them.
Oh my god.
It's It's probably my favorite shit is just that.
I think in this kid dying scene, there's one person that's just like inexplicably passed out on the beach as well that requires medical attention.
Yeah, that's one of the old people who's trampled.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this mom, she like everybody's out of the water, the mom comes up and she's just not putting two and two together.
No.
She's like, "Where's my son? I don't see anybody else wondering where their son is."
Seems like all these families are intact.
There's that bloody raft that my son was playing on. Where's my son, though? By the way, fun fact about this mother and child. Later, the lady...
Love this. I actually did read this one. I liked it a lot.
The mother goes to some restaurant and sees they have a burger named after her son from the film.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I want to speak to the manager." Turns out it's the son from the film.
And they hadn't seen each other since shooting it.
Fucking weird.
It is, yeah. Small ass world. It's like when I went to Newfoundland and the people that run the gift shop in Dildo are from down the street from me. Like, that's fucking... And then there was even another one after that where we were at like a museum, a heritage museum, and there were people from London there as well. Like, the people from London are inescapable.
We're everywhere.
Hate to break it to you, you're never gonna get rid of us.
And we suck.
We do, dude. There's something about having every through road between one side of the city and the other under construction at the same time does something to you psychologically.
It unhinges the mind.
Yeah.
So the finally, she puts it together.
Yeah.
You can see on her face the math, the wheels are turning, and cut right to $3,000 reward for the shark.
Yeah.
Dead or alive.
Putting up my retirement fund. Aqua Jigger could probably find it. I just wanted a reason to say Aqua Jigger. $3,000. I don't know what that is adjusted for inflation right now, but it's probably around 10 or so.
Well, I'll tell you, $3,000 right now is not a lot of money.
No, that's what I'm like. That's why I really hope that meant something way more back then, because I'm not getting out of bed to fight a shark for $3,000.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I get to kill the biggest shark in the world and then put a down payment on a car? Cool. All right. For sure.
I get to buy a semester of college for my son who's dead?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Is that his tuition?
I mean, probably.
She just went to
What
the
reason
bank?
do I have to save for his adulthood now?
Oh, no.
All the fucking shoes I don't have to buy every year now?
I will say that on this poster as well. It's a $3,000 reward. It's been placed to the man or men.
Yes. You might need more than one.
No women.
No, none.
Man or men.
They're not going out there. It's called a fisherman, all right? Not a fisher person.
A Fisher Price.
The $3,000.
So this mom, she's past grieving. It's been, I don't know, has it been a fucking day yet? And she's already out for vengeance?
Super weird that she's past grieving, but then clearly is grieving later.
This mom is a mom of vengeance.
Yeah, this is John Wick mom.
It's John Wick mom, but
Mom
she's not willing to do the... Honestly, I would have loved this film a lot more if she just would have swam out there with a knife.
In her teeth?
Just an AK-47, just...
Yeah. Fuck. Would have been perfect. This is a press conference scene where we learn that we're shutting down the beach just for a day. Nobody told the fucking chief of police that.
Well, he wanted to shut it down for longer, and then the mayor was like, just a day.
Yeah.
Just a day is all we need.
That's, sharks have a lifespan that's a little bit longer than that.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna deal with the biggest shark you've ever seen in just a day, but you do.
So, Martin, I can't remember the name of the actual actor, but he flubs he fucks up his line so good during this announcement. He's talking about having extra security at the beach and like whatever shit, but like
shark spotters.
Yeah, he stumbles his way through this line and they just leave it in.
Wow, that's good.
Read on the trivia page that this guy in particular had a bit of a liquor problem.
It's not him, it's Quint.
Oh, it's quite well. That just stands to reason.
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't surprised when I
not in the slightest.
Yeah.
He seems like a couple shots of scotch turn him into a fucking dickhead because he is in this movie after a couple shots of scotch.
Yeah, I really feel like they picked the best guy for the brand. Really,
It's method acting.
He represents the brand because he is the brand. You don't get somebody who likes Jack Daniels. You get Jack Daniels. And he comes out and he goes, well, drink my whiskey because I'm dead.
Yeah.
I've been dead for a very long time. Drink it, please.
Because I'm dead.
You can really get the I'm deadness right out of the bottle when you drink Jack Daniels.
Tennessee tradition.
So yeah, they're going to close the beach.
These people, one of them goes, 24 hours? That's like 3 weeks. No, it's not. It's like 24 hours. You know how time works?
Yeah, I did hear that shit too. There's just like people like hobgrobbling in the background.
Oh my fuck. Yeah. Over a day. Over a day.
And really, it should be more than a day.
Matter of fact, not even the most important day of this week, because it's not the 4th of July yet.
No.
So maybe be thankful. Maybe be like, hey, sick. All the weird stragglers that come up early to get the good parking spaces, they're not going to be able to buy my tchotchkes for like the fucking 8 hours that they're going to be awake. Fine.
You know what? Fucking close the beaches, but don't tell anybody till they get there. Because then what are they going to do? They're going to go downtown and spend their downtown dollars.
That's 100% true. And they're probably only there for a day anyway before they hop on the ferry back.
Oh, no. You sink the ferry. They can't leave.
You see? Get that shark to attack the ferry. Turn the water around the ferry.
Honestly, why didn't it attack the ferry?
Not to mention, you have the largest shark in, like, the entire East Coast. That's an attraction. Come see the big fucking shark that's killed 2 people already. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. I couldn't be any more nice about this. We need you to come look.
Ellen is our main character's wife's name. She's the best housewife ever. Interrupts him reading a book about sharks so bad that she scares herself. Like, she sneaks up on him and then he jumps and she goes, you scared me.
Oh,
the fuck did you expect?
And then doesn't she immediately go, do you want to get drunk and fuck?
Yes! This is why she's the best housewife. She comes over with stemless wine glasses brimming with brown alcohol and goes, want to get drunk and fool around? Yes! Right now! You're speaking my language immediately. I've had a long, hard day. You want to know? Hard.
Oh, we've, that. We skipped right over, like, this fucking Quint. And he's like...
Oh, yeah, he does the nails on the chalkboard thing that nobody's ever done in real life.
Yeah, especially with, like, I doubt he's even got the fingernails to do it.
There's no way. You know what he's using is the pads of his hands.
And they just
grizzled from fishing and mongering.
Callousized.
Yeah.
So he's...
This shit's probably like a leather sack at this point.
He's just fucking sitting on this chair. And if you need a
Nobody
visual,
smelled him come in?
Yeah.
First of all,
picture the saltiest semen you've ever seen. Now picture it on a fisherman's face. He's got like the full...
Needs more pineapple in his diet.
He's got the accent that every Stephen King character has. Oh, you're going way up there,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll catch the fish for you.
Every harbinger from any Stephen King movie ever is this man.
You know who I am and what I do. I'll catch the fish, but I value my neck. He wants more than 3,000.
Yeah, he wants 10.
Because he says
reasonable cost.
I'll find it for 3, but I'll kill it for 10. Are you telling me he's just go there? I found it. It's $3,000 right there, baby.
Yeah, man. Sick.
Yeah, we want you to do that for sure. All we need you to do is to find the fish for us.
All of that good finding it did when it swam away right after. Well, I did find it. It's gone now.
I swear to God, it was here just a minute ago.
You could just go out for an hour and then say that.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It's out there. Yeah.
Also, like the worst drawing of a shark eating a person on the chalkboard that he also got away with doing without anybody noticing. That's like a 5-year-old's idea of what a shark looks like.
Why? Why did he have to do like?
We all know what we're dealing with.
It's not even. It didn't even go like. And then I also drew this too, by the way, in case you were wondering what a shark might look like.
I brought visual representation because I know most of you are dumb as bricks.
I know you ain't never seen a shark before in these waters, so I drew one.
In this fishing town, where everyone knows what a shark looks like.
Going way out there, huh? Most men don't come back.
Case in point, me.
Yeah.
Just to spoil the whole movie.
So yeah. Then we get to like the wife just interrupting him reading this book on sharks.
Well, she's horny and it's late. She's got to get up early to neglect the kids.
And then like, oh yeah, so where are the kids? They're on the boat in the water.
Yeah, that's a problem.
They're fucking around on first of all, his birthday is on the 4th of July. Whoops. Second of all, you got him a boat and you put it on the water when you know there's a shark.
Yeah, why aren't you... I understand that it's docked. Here's the problem. Put it on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the beach so if he wants to sit in it so that he could be a little bit like Dad, he's still not in the water.
Have you not seen that footage of the man who was knee deep in water and the shark just decided to remove his calf? Like,
well,
they'll get you.
I got a couple fucking pages in this book I'm reading I could show you, son. You're not going to want to be in the water.
I think that's basically what the fuck happens. He's
pretty
like,
cool book with just pictures of shark attack aftermath.
Yeah.
Kicking around in my study.
I think he's like, hey, get off the boat, and his son basically flips him off.
Yeah, fuck you, Dad. Just
then,
a few more minutes. And then, like, Ellen comes to the kid's defense for all of the time it takes for her to flip a couple pages in that book and see what a shark looks like. Yeah. And then just changes her tune and yells at him even louder.
Right? It takes him being like, I just wanted him to read the regulations before he got out there. And she's like, yeah, you're right. Get the fuck off the boat!
You're not certified?
Where's your helmet?
Where's your... That other younger kid probably needs one. He's got one line in this movie and it's crying when his brother almost dies. That's it.
And likely he was just already crying because he's a fucking baby.
Yeah.
They just filmed him fucking...
And, yeah, really good parents to let their fucking, 5-year-old kid just hang out at the edge of a dock. Shark or not, he's dead.
Yeah.
You turn your back for 5 seconds and he goes, oh, look, a jellyfish. And you never see him again.
Yep. Jellyfish are the fucking real monsters of the deep.
They sure are.
Floating around with no brains. How you floating around? How you don't just think? What are you eating?
Raw determination.
Where's your mouth and your butt?
They're probably both the same.
Honestly. Where is it? Yeah, so I guess we cut from that to just like these two guys who think they're gonna get this $3,000 super simple.
Yeah.
Super easy.
With a roast on a chain and a tire.
Yeah, and it's like a thin little chain.
Yeah.
Tiny little chain.
Well, they have no idea. All these fishermen are idiots in this movie.
They are. Yeah. And you learn that when later in the film when we see everybody
how much of idiots they are, how big of idiots everyone is.
Yeah. Exactly. That's about the time you see it right there. So they're fucking they're taking the boat to some dock. I don't know why they needed to be on the boat to get to the dock. I'm guessing it's that island that everybody's swimming on.
I think there's like a throwaway line about how far away they are from the chief's house.
Oh, yeah, because he's on the other side of the island.
Which is weird, despite the fact that there is a reward out, and this is hunting this shark has been sanctioned by the police chief. We're still going to try and do it covertly without notifying him. Call him up and let him, hey, man, we're going to go fucking try and do the thing that gets us $3,000.
Yeah, you
Sick.
might let somebody know.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't go hiking without letting somebody know where you're going.
Or on a date.
Or anywhere. So...
Fuck.
Yeah, they have a roast, and doesn't he say some shit like, my wife's gonna be mad because...
Don't worry, we could $3,000 buys a lot of roast. That's... Spend your money more wisely than that. I'm sorry?
All that roast is gonna rot.
Replace the roast, and then go on vacation or something. Don't just buy roasts for your wife. She'll be pissed.
It's the 70s. It's $3,000. Replace the roast and disappear into the night.
Forever. This scene was actually effectively suspenseful, and this is what I'm saying. There's a couple instances in this movie where you don't need a whole lot of people to achieve something effective. Like this one is just two guys, and the fucking shark grabs the shit that they've tied to the dock and just comes swimming on back, while the dude tries not at all to get himself out of the water.
Oh my god!
He barely tries to save his own life.
Yeah, the shark. You see the tire kind of jigger off, and then it pulls the whole dock.
Yeah.
And
it splits in half. One guy ends up in the water, and then the other dude just sits down and slides in anyway.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't put up much of a fight, but he manages to get himself out of there so fast.
Yeah, way faster than the other guy.
I thought they were both in the water, but they weren't. It's just the one dude. Mm-hmm. And not only he's on this chunk of dock that's attached to the shark that this first of all, it should have been a big clue to get off the dock when it's being pulled by a shark.
Yes. The shark is busy with more pressing matters, like having a backpack.
Yeah.
This is the time to get away.
Yeah, this big chunk of wood's not anchoring this machine down. Get off. Get off the dock.
Don't stick around on that.
What I really liked was when he did get off the dock, you see the dock kind of go out, stop, turn around, and like start coming back. Because, shark.
Well, yeah, it's time.
Somehow he manages I don't know how he outswims the dock shark.
Well, all that weight. It's like jogging with the 80-pound vest. You're going to be a little bit slower.
I don't know. I still say...
Maybe not this shark, all right? But sharks.
Maybe, yeah. Will you anchor it down a lot more? Maybe. I don't know, man.
Well, he has a hard enough time with the third barrel later.
Well, like...
Then he also pulls a whole boat, which is impossible, but that's fine. That's its own thing.
I mean, the shark it does one thing. It swims.
Yeah.
It can't stop.
That's true.
It's going to be the best at doing that. Regardless of what's weighing it down, sharks find a way.
They're probably really great at swimming, regardless of the situation.
I mean, he's got that whole roast just fueling him. So like the dude, I don't know, he makes it. I don't know if he makes it to shore or if he decides to climb up on the dock. I forget.
He gets a helping hand from the guy who's already on there.
Right, because swimming to shore would have been too much.
Yeah, the extra 10 feet.
And
Jeez
then,
Louise.
Then you see like the dock kind of hit the shore because it detached somehow.
Now that you say that, he had enough time in the panicked, I can barely pull myself up to just swim to shore.
He sure did.
Damn it. Whoops.
Oopsie poopsie. And I think that's like the whole scene.
Yeah. I mean, again, effectively suspenseful for me.
Later
on,
yeah.
when Richard Dreyfuss does the fucking scuba diving and the dead guy pops out of the hole in the boat.
Love it.
Jumped. I did indeed jump.
I squealed.
It got me for sure.
That was the only part of the movie that actually got me, but I squealed.
This motherfucking movie holds up stupendously.
So we cut to I think this is the 4th of July celebration. Everybody's on the dock. Or is it? No, it's everybody.
This is the hunting party.
Yeah. So this is where we learn where everybody's stupid.
Yeah. Number one, I brought dynamite. Hey, man, maybe you shouldn't have.
There's a dude smoking a pipe holding dynamite.
Yep. And be careful, it's dynamite. Maybe you deserve to die if you're doing both of those things at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Brody takes the dynamite away.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah,
Don't worry, I
I
have
guess
extra.
she must have put the ad in a magazine. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, it seems like National Geographic. Why?
National Enquirer.
Is he saying Enquirer? Okay.
Yeah, because it's a tabloid that everybody reads. That's sort of the, yeah.
So I was like, National Geographic, are there titties out? Like, is there a rhinoceros afoot? Like, what's going on? Yeah, no, National Enquirer makes way more sense.
Reward for Monster Shark. It's just Bat Boy. This is sort of to my point where you don't have to have an insane budget to shoot for chaos. When all these people are leaving the dock at the same time, and this whole scene where Brody doesn't get a fucking second to think because people keep coming up to him, people keep pissing him off by doing dumb shit. You're overloading the boat, you're gonna sink, and the shark's gonna eat you. Fuck you, guy who knows what he's talking about. It's like 20 people and $1,000 in boat rental, and like I was stressed watching it. You don't need to have a fucking 100,000 extras in your scene to make it chaotic.
I really liked
Steven Spielberg knows what he's doing.
He does. Yeah, there's like just boats and boats. You can see people like, I don't know why you put your boat in the water and then somebody else put their boat next to it and then tied that rope in front of it. But there's like people who are fighting about that shit.
Yeah.
Eventually we meet Hooper, who's just a dude in a beanie. And he's
Steve Zissou.
He comes out and he's just like, he's also trying to help.
Yeah.
He's like trying to give people instructions. Eventually
he's from off the island though. Fuck that guy. What does he know?
Exactly.
He's only been an oceanographer for like decades.
I think the police chief Brody's like, hey, you want to just tell those guys that they're fucking stupid? And then he's like, hey guys, that's not good. It's not good.
Chief says you're stupid.
And then he comes back in and he's just like, yeah, I tried, but those people are gonna fucking die.
It's so funny, and he's just like with a smile on his face, like, yeah, all those guys right there, they're dead, huh? Isn't that crazy? Anyway, you got like food. This is like the most fucking, not like in your face, but assuming man in the movie. Later on, he just like barges into the fucking guy's house and just takes his food that's been plated for him by his wife and eats it. He barely asks.
We get a shot of like fishermen just leaving in a pack, and one dude is just like tossing M80s off the boat,
Indiscriminately throwing explosives where other people are also boating.
Yeah, it reminded me of God, what's that movie? Boogie Nights.
Haven't seen it. Very well aware of Mark Wahlberg's 13-inch penis, though.
In the episode of Family Guy where they go to like the doctor's house and he's like, "Welcome to my prescription pad." And there's a dude just throwing firecrackers around. That's what that is.
Yep. And also, like, you're not even trying to get the shark because you're throwing it 2 feet away from your own boat.
Yeah, you're just upsetting everybody around you. You're potentially putting holes in other boats because you're not even looking.
Fuck's sake. So that's how Hooper and the police chief Brody meet each other, and they go to examine the remains of the woman who was killed by a shark for sure.
Hooper requests to see it because he's an oceanographer, and
that's just, it apparently makes you an authority on human remains. I don't really know what the connection is there.
I imagine he was looking for bite marks, but yeah, he's straight up just like starts doing like a whole autopsy deal.
He sure does, and for somebody whose job it is to like analyze at least shark attacks, the remains of shark attacks, know everything about sharks, he sure does react to a shark attack victim like he's at ground zero on 9/11. Like he almost throws the fuck up.
Well, I mean,
he immediately needs water. It's like, didn't you write the book where these pictures came from?
I mean, it probably doesn't smell great.
Yeah, probably not.
By the way he describes it, it's an arm and a torso. They've been rotting for a couple days now.
I was pretty appreciative of whoever it was who took all the crabs off and put them back in the water.
Well, that was
nice of them.
Yeah, they definitely didn't stomp those crabs to death for being fucking monsters.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, so he's like describing this fucking arm and torso the best he can.
The fucking medical examiner is just cross-armed by the door, and every so often Hooper looks over at him and goes, "You're retarded." Hey man, I'm better at your job than you are.
Oh my god. But yeah, he's just like, it's very clear to Hooper that he can tell this is a shark attack by the way the guts are, you know?
Yeah, by the way the shark attacked.
He's just like, I can see that there was a bite here and a bite here. Bites were taken.
It's weird. None of this looks like a fan blade.
This looks like a half-eaten sandwich, more so.
Speaking of, this is the cleanest fucking autopsy room ever. Nobody's eating.
Wow, I didn't even think about it.
Holy shit, not a fucking burger that looks suspiciously like what you're looking at in sight.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's, just toiling over a corpse that's split wide open.
Fuck's sake.
Just dipping their fries in the cavity.
So now this is a problem. Now, apparently while all this was happening, we caught the shark.
Oh, we caught that shark.
Just a real dead shark.
An absolutely dead shark.
100% not fake. This sounds like sarcasm, but it's not. This is a dead fucking shark hung up on a dock.
And it's
with its mouth open.
And it's disrespectfully got the hook through its nostril.
Yup, so that you can see right down its filthy throat.
Right before this, though, Hooper tells Brody, "Hey, big shark.
Yeah.
Not little shark.
No, this is a big
shark. Big one. Big shark. Big fucking shark is what he says. He doesn't say little shark. He says big fucking shark.
He sure does, because it is. And you can tell by how big its mouth clearly is.
Yeah, that's kind of the indicators, how big of a bite.
Yeah.
A shark, like it's...
Bite radius, I believe it's called.
It's like a snake, you know? If you picture a snake that swims, like a snake can only take so big of a bite until it gets bigger.
That's true.
These are facts.
It's like...
I'm spitting hot facts.
No, it's like counting rings in a tree stump.
Yeah.
The more fucking teeth I can clearly see that went into a person's body, the bigger the shark probably is. I'm seeing lots of teeth.
Well, that's just pure oceanography right there. That's oceanography 101. Dollars to donuts, we got ourselves a big shark. Not a little one.
So all of this fucking celebration because these fishermen, they catch one shark and they decide it's the one.
And oh boy, are they disrespectful.
They sure are.
You can see that somebody shot it with an arrow. There's an arrow.
I think there might be 2 of them.
Why?
Yeah, that was after the fact. They already had it in the bone. It's just, you know what, man? Bip, bip. How's that?
This fucking shark is just like out getting its morning paper like, oh man,
chilling.
What a day.
Coffee in fin.
Let me just poke my head up to the surface here. Get a little air in the gills. Oh no!
Everybody!
Well, hello, fellas. Fancy seeing you here. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Nice weather we're having.
Boy, what are you doing with that bow and arrow there? Oh no! My fin! I hope this isn't a soup thing.
Amazing.
That's my impression of a shark.
So because Hooper and the police chief show up late to the celebration and then immediately go, well, this is the wrong one. Well, the police chief is fucking convinced that it's right just because it's a shark that exists and he can see it.
Yep.
That's all the evidence we're going on right now.
That is literally all the evidence everybody in the entire town needs except for Hooper. Who
gets out the measuring tape and goes, I'm doing my job now, thanks.
He just takes one moment to look, and he goes,
So since he showed up so late, and ruins everyone's day, I called him Tardy Hooper the Party Pooper.
Beautiful.
That's my joke there. I'm happy about it.
I'm good. I liked it. Fucking had all of my favorite words in there.
So while he's trying to explain to everybody that this ain't the shark because he can read numbers and measurements, the wife of the dead son and her husband show up.
Oh yeah.
To the dock where the dead shark is with their son inside of it, ostensibly. Who let them that close? Who let them that close? Clearly either going to or coming from a funeral based on their attire.
Yeah, see, she's got the, what do you call it? The veil, the black veil. And I was like,
we just buried a very small, empty casket. I would like to go talk to the cop nearby the shark that killed it.
Yeah, we just dug a hole and filled it in. Now, see, I thought she heard the shark was caught. She's like, well, I'm going to come pay my respects to the shark's belly, I guess.
Yeah, she ends up paying her respects to fucking Brody's face.
Oh boy, and real slap. Took 17 takes, real slaps.
Oh man, I would get mad after the third, I think.
Lady couldn't fake a slap, so they just went for it.
Just fucking hit him. Whatever.
The mayor is just ecstatic to call the problem solved. Doesn't even want to research it. Doesn't even want to take another look at the shark. He's like, that's the shark. We got it.
Hooper's like, I need to get in that shark's guts.
Open those fucking beaches up.
Open those beaches up. I don't give a shit about the dead kid and woman. And don't you dare open those guts up. I don't even want to know that I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's exactly it. He's like, yeah, hey, we can't just open the guts up. Because what if the child comes spilling out? But I think he's more concerned with what if the child doesn't come spilling out.
Yeah, because if it does, you win. That's your proof.
And also, if the child comes spilling out, they finally have something to put in that casket.
That's true, yeah. If anything, you're making her life better.
Yeah.
Now, it's still going to be closed, for sure. At least from the waist down.
So this shark in particular is a tiger shark, and I think Hooper says something along the lines of like, it's got a really slow metabolism, so...
Yeah, that kid's in there.
Yeah, he's gonna be in there.
We're standing right next to dead kid. Plenty of it. Smorgasbord. This woman, after hitting Brody in the face, goes, my boy is dead. I wanted you to know that. Thanks, lady. I had no clue.
Yeah, boy, I thought that was all for show at the beach.
I thought it was a hoax.
Boy, I
thought he was painting and spilled the ink.
I was wondering where all that blood was coming from. It was the boy.
I just thought you had a trans kid and he was on his period.
Yeesh, Jay. That's not okay. That's shame on you. So yeah, we'll just skip right by that and get right back to.
Also, this is between Ellen and this woman and the wife of the guy that pesters Brody at the beach earlier. I've decided that the best haircut to have for women in 1975 was the kind of haircut that makes you look like you kidnap kids by enticing them with candy. Every woman looks like a witch that lives in a hut made of chocolate.
So what you're saying is everybody looks like the Long Island Medium?
Yes. Well, look, It makes sense.
That I think that's the look that will never die in
That's fine.
that fucking place.
All right.
Yeah, it's so this lady, she fucking slaps him and she's like, how dare you not close the beach? You knew there was a shark.
You should be talking to the man standing right beside me, madam.
Yeah, the mayor just lets that shit happen.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah,
just
Brody.
puts his head down. Yeah, man, you're a real asshole.
I fucking hate this mayor. Look, the mayor is the villain in this movie. The shark,
he is. No.
At some point,
The shark's just an extra.
they explain that the shark is just a machine doing what it does.
Yeah.
It is.
That's literally it.
The mayor is the bad guy.
All it does is eat and fucking shoot out cum, is basically what Hooper says.
Yeah, it does.
That thing just swims, eats, and plows women sharks all day. Probably all at the same time.
I hope not. Yeah, so while they're like looking at the shark, even like Quint goes by in his boat and he looks at it, he goes,
Idiots. You dumb fucks.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you come in and just be like, hey man, that ain't it? He's obviously got pull because he can just sit down during a press conference that's professional, dressed like that, pickled from the night before, and nobody bats an eyelash at the motherfucker and doesn't even notice. He's basically got to scream to get attention.
well, he probably wanders around town just like, you know who I am. You know what I do.
I was on that Hiroshima boat.
I'll take a brandy. I'm not paying. And then, yeah.
Yeah, he will.
Fucking...
Holy shit. 10 grand, and on top of that, 2 cases of brandy, and also I want like a steak dinner. This guy, man, really pulling his weight.
Also a color television, which would have been a big deal.
Yes. He's probably the only one on the island.
Probably. So we cut to this dinner between Brody and his wife.
Yeah.
And then Hooper just kind of...
He just barges the fuck in. He barges in and like just goes, hey, I'm allowed in because I brought wine.
Well, yeah, he did. He's like, I didn't know what you'd be serving, so I brought one of each. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that was smart. Good. Now, it's got nothing to do with the food on the table. I'm going to drink both. So thanks.
Fucking... Yeah.
But then, like, he sits down and fucking... Brody's taking it kind of hard that he let a woman down by killing her child. And so he's very stoic. And he's also lit. He's drunk as fuck. And Ellen's just like, yeah, I'm going to keep filling that glass, aren't I?
I feel like,
That's a Long Island iced tea glass that he's straight scotching.
Yeah, he does what I would say, he does what I would call pouring himself a little bit of a full glass of that wine. Because he fills his
fingers to other people, but no, I want the bottle.
He's got a glass that you would see a child drinking chocolate milk out of.
Yep.
And it's to the brim, and then he splashes his wife and...
Yeah. Also, that glass had bourbon in it before that. He doesn't even fucking care. He doesn't dump out the little bit that's left at the bottom or anything. He's just like, well, why not combine them? They're both going to the same place anyway.
Even Brody's like, hey, you want to let that air out? Nah.
No.
It's going in a cup, not a glass.
There's plenty of air in there.
Oh my God. So yeah, Hooper's like, hey, I love sharks because when I was a 12-year-old, I caught one, and that was...
It's a great story.
It jumped on my boat and ruined my boat as a child.
I am totally Brody in this dinner scene because it's like, yeah, tell my wife a long fucking story while I just keep pouring myself. It's fine.
Yep, not invested in anything but getting the wine gone.
He's just fucking Hooper's trying to tell this enthralling story about this cool thing that happened to him while he's a kid, and fucking Brody in the background just chipping away at the fucking cover that the wine comes with before you uncork it. Just focused on that. You could be telling me I won the lottery right now. I'm busy. Is the vibe he puts off.
Hold on a minute.
I need access.
So there's a lot of shark talk at dinner, and then I think Hooper's like, yeah, we're gonna go gut that thing.
Let's have one more drink and then hop in the car and drive.
Absolutely, you're the chief of police.
I could do anything. That's the attitude to have as a law enforcement officer.
Oh, yeah, he fucking says that too. He's like, hey, I'm the chief of police. I can do whatever.
Not the best thing he says in the scene, though. Brody's wife starts airing out a little bit too much information about her husband and his past traumas with the sea. Tries to get all, like, psychoanalytical about it. And, like, I wonder if it's a childhood thing. Why are you... why are you talking to this stranger that you've met for the first time just now about my PTSD, number one? And then she goes, I think there's a clinical word for it, isn't there? And he looks at her and just goes, drowning. Shuts her right the fuck up. One word. I don't want to die out there. That's it.
Fair. Yeah,
man.
Makes
anyway,
sense.
let's go cut up a fucking shark, eh?
Yeah. So they arrive and they're gutting this thing, and Hooper's like, just as I suspected, it came from down south
Because it ate a Louisiana plate.
Yeah, and the guy's like, nah, they didn't eat the whole car. What are you, stupid? Tiger sharks will eat anything.
Yes, they will. If you give it parts, if you give it a car in very small, barely digestible pieces, it'll finish it off.
It's the goat of the ocean.
The one thing I noticed is that Hooper is cutting open this shark with a fillet knife, which is like chopping onions with a cutting board. Get a better knife. Also, later on, he has one. He's got a fucking serrated blade when he goes to the boat that's sunk. Why didn't you use that?
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's like using a paring knife on a pumpkin.
They they effectively can conclude there's no little boy in this shark.
No.
So bad.
I took out 3 fish heads and a can, and there's no room for boy left. Also, what's all that white shit?
Yeah.
What's all that white shit that spills all over the place?
I'm inclined to believe that this is still the real shark. So
that's just inside of shark.
Yeah, if anybody, grindhousemovieclub@gmail.com. What's inside a shark?
You never really get to see it cut open. Like, they very cleverly shoot around that.
Well, yeah, but that's because I feel like this film would have gotten a lot of letters written if people had to look inside of a real dead animal.
I also wanted to point out that this is, I think, the first film that we've done, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't listed as a horror on IMDb.
Oh.
But with that being said, fuck that, it's Jaws.
Yeah.
How's that sound, guys?
Even just
I'll break rules for Jaws.
the theme song is a horror song, and
You'll find it on a Halloween CD.
Oh yeah,
That's the new litmus. If you can find it on a Halloween CD.
Oh my god! All right, I'm in. So
also, while he's emptying this shark out, he keeps throwing the contents right at Brody.
Wouldn't you?
Like, he keeps fucking threading the needle with fish heads through his legs.
You're making me
Hey,
do
how's
this?
this, you fuck? You like that fish head right there? It's good, huh?
I gotta get this on me, so do you. So they're like, hey,
Drinking and driving wasn't enough. Now we're gonna go drinking and boating. Matter of fact, thanks for bringing both bottles, because I'm taking one with me.
Oh, yeah, so Brody's like, I would like to, I just want to go out there. And like, I think they want to confirm there's a shark or something. And he's like, well, I'm not drunk enough to get out on the water.
Yeah, you are.
They solve that problem pretty quickly.
Hooper just goes, yes, you are, twice. Well, I'm convinced.
So they go out to where it's been feeding. And I think Brody questions why they pay him to, like, watch sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brody's like, well, why are you afraid of water and on an island?
I don't want to rain on your parade, but I'm fucking loaded. It's basically Hooper's attitude.
Yeah.
So, are you rich? Yup.
Yeah, he's like, this is all of mine. Everything you see is mine.
I'm rich. Oh, yeah? How much? What? Are you asking about my bank account or my family's bank account? They're both numbers that'll piss you off to hear them.
You think somebody else is out here measuring sharks' mouths? I'm the only one.
I found a niche and filled it. Matter of fact, they don't even pay me to do this. This is fun for me.
I'm out here on my own accord.
Puts a ladder on the side of the boat to get into the water, but then jumps off the side anyway. Doesn't even use the fucking ladder.
The ladder's just to get back on the boat.
Apparently.
So yeah, they take this boat out there, and oh my god, lo and behold, they find a boat that's all fucked up.
Yep.
Their fish sonar is going off, and he's like, oh, what's this? And he's like, there's probably a pack of mackerel down there fucking around.
Oh, but there's something else a little bit southwest.
Oh yeah, there's something else.
Now, that's a fish finder. I don't know how good it is at finding capsized vessels. I don't know if that's part of its criteria.
I don't know if it...
If it's gonna blip off every time that there's a lump in the water, you're never gonna hear the end of it.
That's fair. Well, I mean, it's a 1970. It's probably not good technology to begin with. It's old. No old technology ever worked super well.
Betamax.
You just found a way around it. Like, we just know what boat bumps look like. Everybody in 1975 had like rudimentary home repair knowledge.
so that they could take the tubes out of their television when they exploded.
And they did.
Probably.
So they're just kind of like looking around the water for this something else. And as they're doing this, like chunks of boats start floating by.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, no, not good.
I think we might have a shark on our hands.
Well, I mean, was there a question before? Between these two men, I think we're all well aware.
And as well, being the chief of police, we haven't heard about this missing person we just found.
You raise a fantastic point. Nobody reported the wreckage either.
Well,
that's why his job is so easy. Everything is don't ask, don't tell.
Well, you're on an island. It's not like, I mean, you can suppress the news. You just got to close the bridge.
You just got to close the bridge in your own window.
Cut the one line for all the phones.
This scene kind of pisses me off because Hooper goes down there and finds a tooth right away. And then when the dead guy pops out, he drops it. And then he's just like, fuck this. Maybe probe around for another tooth. Sharks drop teeth like bank robbers drop dye packs in cash.
They, or how about like sharks drop teeth like balding men drop hair.
Sharks drop teeth like a Tinder date who shows you his Bitcoin wallet.
Okay. Got another one for me?
Sharks drop teeth like they eat them and then have diarrhea.
I like that one better.
That's what I wrote.
Yeah, so he goes in the water and he like pulls a tooth out. He pries it out with his knife, which didn't look like he had to do it at all.
No, it looked like it was very delicately placed there by a set designer.
Yep, and he could have just plucked it out.
Yep.
And as he's doing this, oh my god, a dead person's head comes out of the porthole.
It sure does.
Actually, it got me.
Yeah.
Got me?
No, I jumped.
Sure? Yep.
I jumped before the sound, before the audio sting that they put in. That's how you know a jump scare is effective, if you don't need help.
Yeah. And that was like... That wasn't written in there. That was just something I almost said Stephen King. That's just something Steven Spielberg wanted to just like, he's like, fuck it, one more scare.
Wasn't it Stephen King who said in the trivia page there by the end of the movie he was rooting for the shark because he hated all the characters?
Yeah, something like that.
Which I understand because everybody in this movie is a fucking dick.
Yeah, they are.
For one reason or another, dick. Imposing, oblivious. The mayor is just willing to let kids die if it means he gets a few extra bucks over the summer.
Yeah. So Brody wants to tow this boat back, and Hooper's like, nah, I'm gonna investigate.
The weird part is, it's kind of Brody's job to kill me now, to tow the boat back.
Yeah, right? Like, but he's drunk, so he's not gonna do his
True. Yeah, he get in trouble.
So they, obviously because there's a dead body, they're gonna close the beach now.
Yep.
They gotta, right? It's just common sense.
You would think.
There's something in the water killing people.
Common sense seems to be in shorter supply than fish in this fishing town.
They've fished themselves dry of sense. Yeah, the fucking mayor doesn't seem to understand, or nor does he like want to understand that there's a fucking shark.
Yep.
And like, there's this whole argument in this scene that I think we're on right now, where they're standing outside of this. They're at the beach, and there's the big sign in the background that's been. Yeah. It's been graffitied.
It has.
And
you got two people talking over each other trying to get their fucking point across to this mayor who's not listening.
And the mayor, all he wants is fucking justice for his sign.
Yeah.
He's like, somebody vandalized it. Your job is now to find these people. Not the shark. I don't want to hear about the shark. And then like, they're trying to explain like, oh, we found this gigantic tooth.
You see that fucking fin on the fan that got fin. Oh my god, dude. They got graffitied all over that billboard? Yeah, that's proportionately accurate.
It's very well done. The eyeballs jutting out of the skull, that's exactly what it looks like too.
And also that woman would scream like it looks like she is.
That's what she would say too. Help a shark.
Whoever did this, maybe they might have been working from real life.
I think this is a fucking Banksy. The underlying message here is that the beach should be fucking closed, you idiots.
Yeah, $3 million.
So the mayor's pretty hung up on this tooth. No tooth, no shark. What are you talking about? You found a tooth and you dropped it because you're in the water and that's sometimes things that happen?
Hey, dumb idiot asshole. We also found a dead man in a sunk boat. You want to go see that? How many bite marks do you think he's got in him?
Yeah, so like that was my point. Like, did they not tow that to the beach and be like, look?
Just use your eyes.
Just go in there and pull the head out. Look at this. Look at this.
Pull the head out as it fucking sloughs off of its own body. like a zombie's arm because it's waterlogged.
It seemed quite water. It seemed
Yes.
like it had been there for longer than a day.
It seemed squishy.
Anyway, how about the dead guy? No, we're not gonna talk about this dead guy.
Nah,
we found?
we're just gonna talk about the tooth that we found, which it's so inconsequential. Why would I lie?
And
there's a dead man out there.
There's been several dead people.
Yes.
But the mayor's like, we need these tourist dollars.
So much so that he willingly sacrifices an old man and his whole family later by strong-arming them to get into the water.
Oh my God.
He's like, fucking, I know that there's a shark out there, and you all know that there is one because you don't believe me because you shouldn't, because I'm clearly motivated by capitalism. But go fucking swimming, you asshole. It's not like you have a whole lot of time left anyway.
He might as well have pointed a loaded gun to the back of the head like, I noticed you weren't swimming. Now,
the weirdest thing to be muscly about.
Yeah. Why don't you get in the water and splash around for me?
One old man, wife, and grandkids is going to entice everybody to eschew their own common sense and jump right in.
And it does.
It sure
That's
does.
all it takes.
Everybody procedurally gets more retarded as this movie continues.
The old lady is very apprehensive. Like the look on her face as she's towing these children out. She's like, I don't know about this one.
I'm swimming under duress.
Where the fuck does the mayor land on the ladder of like officers of the law? Because like it can't be high up there. Like
no, police chief trumps him.
I would think so. Why is he taking this shit?
It's a great question.
Shove the mayor around a little bit.
It's a great question and a great point because it's not like you like being here anyway. He's like bitching about New York because it's all robberies and that nothing happens in this town, but at the same time, you're going to start to miss the excitement after your 50th fence that you had to paint.
Mm-hmm. Is this really what you want your life to be?
You're afraid of the water and you want to be here?
Every time you step out, an old man grumbles to you about something that really isn't a problem?
Those darn kids again?
Yeah, those kids are going to be a problem because they're kids.
Yeah, the best I can do is chase them away for 5 seconds and they come right back when I leave.
Yeah, maybe don't have such a such a fuck upable offense.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Have a regular fence.
It's your fault for having the most punchable fence on the main street.
You are the piece of shit here. Oh my God. So yeah, the mayor just doesn't care.
I wrote the mayor goes to this old man and goes, I'd like to scrub this island of your lineage. His son has a boat with a bunch of his friends, and he's like, I know that there's a shark out there in that water. I'd really prefer it if you didn't take the boat out into the water. Instead, take it over to the other water that's connected to this water and swim in there.
Yeah,
that water that's the same water as the one that I don't want you in, just go to that one instead. It's across a bridge so that if you're in trouble, I'll have no possible way of saving you.
Yeah, I don't want you to get bit by the thing that lives in the water. So, if you could just, the other water.
Walk 15 minutes to other water.
The shark's not going to go around this piece of land, this, what do you call it? Not an inlet, but
a peninsula?
He's not going to go around this peninsula
Why
of
would
gravel.
He? He's probably tired after a long day of eating children against my wishes.
Right? So, yeah, as they're like, shit, this is fucked.
Yeah.
This is in the background. Ferries are just unloading people like cattle.
Yeah, they are.
Just get on the fucking island, you idiots.
One of whom ends up decapitated in real life.
Whoops.
My oh my.
So yeah, the beach is packed. And
Ellen bold-faced lies to her husband about watching their youngest child.
Oh, yeah.
Michael is the older one.
She does.
And he gets sent off with his friends with the boat, so he's gone. And then you see the wife, Ellen, up the beach go, I've got Sean. Cut to immediately Sean fucking right off away. Fucking as far away off as humanly possible. You don't have anything, Ellen. You don't got shit.
Oh my God, no. Yeah, he's just like on the beach fucking around in the sand by himself.
Yeah, he runs after Michael briefly and I was like, oh, he's going with them? Which I don't know if he does or not because later on he's just crying while making a sandcastle.
Yeah, and honestly,
like
pick your. Are you happy or are you sad? You're either gonna build a sandcastle or you're gonna cry.
There's no sadly building a. That's the whimsicalest fucking shit ever.
So yeah, the mayor fucking basically prods the cattle into the water, and you'd think to yourself like, clearly people are wary to get in the water. They're not going to.
Everybody goes, oh, one old ass man and his family's out there?
Oh, they weren't snapped up right away? That's good enough for me.
Great. Oh, as long as we have at least 30 seconds to wait around.
So the people just flood right in. Hesitant looks on their faces, but they flood in.
Oh, this is great. And then, like, right away, it's fucking shark time. Like, right away.
Yeah, so there's, like, you see all these boats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people with guns.
Yep.
Helicopters over the beach.
There's, like, it's not the Coast Guard, but there's, like, a whole ocean line set up with, like, the pylon boys and everything. Like, that's as far out. There's no way the shark's going to come in any closer than this, even though it already did twice. So we're safe here. Also, we're going to make sure to be very far away from the other people that we're trying to protect so that they're very much in danger.
Yeah. And then when we see a shark fin, we're going to really not do anything about it.
Nah, we're going to, fucking just swarm it, though, because that's like when it's the kid prank, right?
Yeah.
And then they get up, like, they have a fake fin. I couldn't tell if this was Michael and, like, Brody's kids or not.
It wasn't. It was just some
okay.
kids. Because I feel like we would have...
I was like, if those are Brody's kids, they have just done the worst thing they could possibly do.
I feel like we would have seen them get a spanking.
Oh, fuck
it's
yeah,
the 70s.
at least.
So yeah, the shark spotters are like, hey, what's that? Just a fucking shimmer in the water? Okay.
Cool, it's all good.
Maybe investigate it if you're out here looking for sharks.
It's only what you're paid to do today.
Yeah, I don't care if you don't think it is. Maybe take a look. It's just gasoline in a boat.
Fuck's sake.
Because just because you formed a line on top of the water doesn't mean a shark isn't going to swim underneath you.
No, it's kind of where they live.
Yeah, it's sort of their thing. So yeah, there's some shark POV.
That's when I wrote down one guy trying to outswim the shark fin just dumps a raft full of kids for no reason. Because before the actual shark shows up and he's just like, get the fuck out of my way, kids.
We get a shot of the mayor just being on TV like, yeah, we fucking killed that shark.
Yeah, man. It's right over here. Let's get a group picture with the shark while fucking somebody tries to do their job.
Yeah. Just so you know, amity means friendship. As you know it does. It's just...
Didn't.
Well, that's what he says.
Right on. He's probably lying.
Yep. Yeah, well...
Amity probably means sharks all the time.
We just
keep that under wraps.
You add Vil on there and it's just a haunted house.
Yeah.
So we get like... I don't know. If I was swimming in the water, wary of sharks,
right,
and a shark fin kind of zipped by me,
guess what?
Probably gonna notice.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna notice anything swimming by me.
Also, probably everybody else is going to notice when I scream.
Mm-hmm.
When I scream real loud and start swimming like I'm starving and the only food anywhere is on the beach.
Yeah, I'm gonna be motoring to the beach.
Yeah,
my front end's gonna come up out of the water. I'll be kicking so hard,
like fucking Daniel Radcliffe in Swiss Army Man.
Exactly. But and you know what? No, there'll be farts too. There'll be nervous, scary farts. So yeah, no, I'll be blowing bubbles.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, everybody. I guess they spot the shark and everybody panics.
Yeah.
Everybody runs. I think this is where you get a lot of like that, a lot of that like shots of like people getting trampled.
Yeah.
People getting thrown off their floaties. It's all hilarious.
A lot of people sort of underwhelmedly staring at what they know clearly is a shark based on the fact that they're looking directly into the camera.
Yeah.
So it fucking makes a beeline for that pond where Brody sent his son. Apparently that's where the good meat is.
Yeah. The Coast Guard surrounds the fucking the
hoax fin.
Yeah, by the way, why didn't they just shoot it?
You know, they probably would have.
They would have.
I imagine they recognized children's legs under the water and were like, let's give this a second.
Yeah, but from a distance, you're not seeing that. You're just seeing a shark fin. I'm going to take...
Pop, right in there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you got the rifles for, so you don't have to get up close.
Well, bullets slow down underwater. Maybe they were trying to get real close, you know?
Yeah. Fine. Either way, these kids are surrounded and having guns jammed in their face.
I'm annoyed because we realize that it's going to the pond that's for old ladies and a shark, apparently. No old ladies in sight, number one, in this pond, who it's for.
Just a creepy old man in a little boat.
Yep. Right near unaccompanied by adults kids.
And he's like, are you guys okay?
And he says it weird as fuck.
Yeah, he does.
The shark knocks his boat over, and then for some reason the kid's boat also capsizes, even though it wasn't hit at all by the shark.
I imagine just probably a decent wake.
All right.
Probably a shitty boat then.
Sure.
We get there's a shot when we realize like, oh, this is blah 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 blah. It's the pond. This shark is huge. You see it, and you see the fucking baby on the playing with the sandcastle.
You're
and
right.
The shark it's like 2 fucking stretch limousines long. There's a fin and a tail sticking up.
Yeah, you're supposed to go from fin to dorsal.
It's fucking huge.
Or whatever.
And nobody.
Yeah.
Not a...
No.
We know there's a shark. We know.
Yeah. So you would naturally be looking for one.
Yeah.
And there's a fin out of the water sticking up.
Any triangle near water is going to catch my fucking attention. Regardless of what I'm gonna. Oh, not a shark fin, just a fucking Dorito in the water. We got it. All right.
Just a paper airplane.
Jesus.
Thought it was a shark.
But like
because I'm on my guard.
You get to see like the comparison. By the way, this thing's like fucking on the shore too.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's so close to the beach.
It's beached itself like a killer whale trying to get a manatee.
But you see it in comparison to the boats in the background. It's so big!
Well, the fucking thing opens its mouth and swallows half of a man whole, and basically the whole boat, like its mouth is the width of the boat he was in.
Oh my god. And it's the width that scares you.
So fucking, yeah, Brody's son goes into shock about watching a man get eaten in half, which is reasonable.
Yeah, well, honestly, the shark's doing you a favor, pervert.
Yeah, true. Why are you so close to my kids, man?
Yeah, why are you so concerned with whether or not they're okay? Leave them alone.
We go to the hospital to deal with that, and then we find out that Ellen would not make it on Survivor because she already wants off the island.
Volunteering.
He fucking goes, "Can you take our kid home?" And she's just right away, "Home to New York? Please to New York, please. I would like to go back to New York now.
I'll be taking an airplane there."
I don't know whose idea this was because my husband's afraid of water, but it was a bad one.
Oh my god.
I'll be taking a plane there. Yes. The fucking a 20-second flight, but god damn it, it's worth it.
You just get as far away from the shark. But oh fuck. But then you get that giant shark versus mega octopus scene where it jumps up and bites the plane.
Yeah, you do. And then Meth Gator is in there somewhere for some reason.
Always.
Holy fuck. The mayor is here, and he is smoking in a hospital. He is smoking next to people who are dying probably of lung cancer.
Next to compressed air tanks.
And, yeah. Hospital piping is kind of fucked. You need to be able to provide oxygen, pure oxygen, to pretty much every operating room, which means there are just lines that have 100% flammable oxygen in them everywhere at all times.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's fucking wonderful.
We should probably light one up.
Hey, Mayor, why don't you smoke a little closer to my dying son? Yeah, this is where Brody like seizes the chance to be like, "Look, Mayor,
yeah, you're
gonna contract that old salty man who drew that bad shark drawing on the chalkboard.
There's probably way better options for this endeavor, but we're just gonna. That guy's willing. That guy's willing for probably cheaper.
First come, first serve.
Yeah. So let's go fucking visit Quint.
Yeah,
let's go visit Quint and tell him that he's gonna get literally anything he asks for at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna let the mayor feel like the good guy here by getting to solve the issue with his...
Was the issue he himself created over a period of days?
Exactly. So he's gonna get to feel like the good guy. He's hiring the guy who's gonna solve the problem. That man's name is Quint.
His name is Quint.
And he's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, he lives in a shack with just shark jaws lining the walls. His entire house probably smells like the red light district in Belarus.
Oh!
All of Quint's lines are either a dig at people who aren't poor or a poem about statutory rape.
If you can even understand them. Because half the time, he's wasted in real life.
Yup. And singing songs about Spanish people leaving or coming back. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of his dialogue is summed up into some kind of sea shanty.
Yeah. Or, yeah, a short little Shakespearean sonnet about a chick who got fucked when she was 15 years old. How that's not a rarity in these parts.
I didn't listen.
Holy shit.
You clearly had an ear for what he was saying.
Something along the lines of 15 when she lost her virginity. That's a good run in this vicinity. Oh, so younger? Usually? That's good, Quint. How long you been out on that boat by yourself or with someone?
Oh, boy. Woo! Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that because what I heard... All
you
I
heard
got
seamanship, and you were like, "Oh, geez."
Well, no. I all I had to do was hear him say, "Here's to swimming with bow-legged women," and that's Like,
you know his character right after that toast.
He's the fucking...
Try my clear grain alcohol that I made in the same canister I keep my chum in.
He's the king of mumblepeg. He's also just boiling a shark's jaw. He just has that boiling.
Well, you gotta get the meat off of there.
You sure do.
That's my coat rack later.
You knew company was coming.
The motherfucker clearly doesn't have shit for money, but you could be selling those for insane prices every 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. Also, you probably don't want to be caught killing a shark in these days, but, you know.
Yeah. Also, yeah, this is acceptable behavior back then, just like drinking and driving and boating.
Oh, yeah, drinking, driving, boating, and being the chief of the police, and the police being one other man.
All right, man, you're in charge of this entire town while I'm gone.
I'm going out on a boat.
See you never, maybe.
Yeah, when people come up to you with problems, just write them down. I'll be there to disregard them later.
Hooper's hands are, they're too soft to possibly be an oceanographer like he is and has been for quite some time. I would be like, instead of looking at my hands, how about you look at my fucking equipment? This guy, Quint is like a boomer that refuses to use new technology.
That's
like
exactly
making your fucking life easier, and he's like, no, I like it hard.
I've been out on the ocean for longer than you've been a thought, my laddie, and I just fucking kill sharks all day.
I throw my back out twice a week.
Sharks don't even pick the fight. I jump in there and kill them. Fucking. First of all, look.
Fucking Captain Hook.
Let's just. So, Hooper's there.
Right.
We're loading all of Hooper's equipment into Quint's tiny boat.
One of which is a big old shark cage.
One of which is a fucking SMG.
Yes.
Where was the SMG the entire film?
It's a great point. They don't even ever use it.
They don't.
They have this whole table, as a matter of fact, of fucking guns, like a Simon Pegg Gear Up scene.
But no, we got
a harpoon gun, one rifle, and a revolver.
Yeah, we got the fucking policeman's issued revolver.
Good thing we got the 6-shooter instead of the 30.
Right? Where's the thing that fires off bullets in succession? Where's that?
Yeah, over and over until whatever it's pointed at is dead. Without question.
I'd like to riddle this shark full of holes, but we'll do one at a time. That's fine too.
He needed room for one more compressed air tank, which is totally foreshadowing when fucking Brody knocks him over because he sucks at knots.
Yep.
Also, he sucks at knots because so does Quint at teaching them. You know how fucking he's trying to teach Brody how to tie a sheepshank while they're on the boat. And he's like, okay, the little brown eel, first of all, call it something else, comes out of the cave, goes in the hole, comes out of the hole, goes back in the cave. From a hole to a hole, a cave is a hole. Maybe come up with a better analogy, man.
Maybe just tell me how to tie the fucking knot.
Yeah, maybe just show me how to do it over and over until I get it.
Oh my god. Something else Hooper has in his list of things is a safety flute. So I'm really happy he brought his safety flute.
Well, he's gonna serenade the shark.
If we go down, I got hot cross buns.
Yeah, we're doing the Captain Goes Down with the Ship final song on a flute every time.
He's just on the fucking
like a Civil War reenactor.
The crow's nest that's going down like it's like the band that plays on the Titanic.
Yeah.
One last one, boys.
I'd be like, fuck you, no.
One last one. I'm getting on a boat.
If we're doing one last one, we're playing like a song that I was never allowed to play ever. Probably like Ice Ice Baby or some shit like that.
The one with the one swear word that they had back in those days. The one swear word song.
And it's racist.
I'm playing it. So yeah, they fucking load this boat up. And like Quint's just fucking wandering around, just saying whatever, like, oceany, sea shanty thing that comes to mind, like nothing.
Continuing to prove, like, yes, indeed, this is my career. I know that you could tell by my smell and face, but just as a reminder, I do this for a living.
Yep, he's just fucking laughing and saying any sailor type thing he can say.
And then, so, like, the next 20 minutes of the movie is just like a good fishing movie with banter between bros.
Yeah.
That's really all. A lot of, after the first day, they're there at night, they're getting wasted and fucking sharing battle scars, literally. That's when you find out that Quint was, a very instrumental part of World War II, which you just shoehorn that in there, it's fine. He pulls out his fake tooth, and then the movie does a thing where as a way of showing developed solidarity between people learning about each other and bonding, he never puts it back in after that.
Oh.
He's like, oh, now you get to see the real me.
Oh, shit.
Because you earned it.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
We also never get the backstory for fucking Brody's stomach. He's got a fat scar. They're sharing scars, all of them. And he lifts it up and he just puts it back down again, his shirt. And nobody says shit.
No, that's because it's got
nothing to do with anything you want to hear about.
Yeah, just here's my belly button, guys.
I was born this way. I'm sorry.
It's a birthmark. They're chumming the ocean. They're trying to chum it. From what I understand, they're trying to lead it away from the beach with chum.
Yeah.
And they're just chumming.
Oh, dude.
They're just chumming.
3 dudes chumming together on a boat.
Just chumming into the ocean. Just free chumming. As they're chumming.
I was upset, by the way. I wrote this down just now that nobody made a sushi joke in this movie. Should have. Good.
Was sushi even a thing back then?
And probably Americans didn't even know what the fuck that was in 1980 or 78.
Probably not. Fucking probably not. Fucking Quint is just eyes on his little. First of all, he's got a fishing rod that, yes, I think you would probably use to catch a great white shark.
Because it's got enough line in it to fucking wrap around the earth twice?
Yeah, because it's got a reel that is it's the reels that have telephone wire on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a fishing reel.
So he's just like sitting there and you hear like a click, click, and that's his line going out.
Yeah, man, and he knows. So he got triggered by that sound.
2 little itty bitty clicks.
And he straps himself into that rally car seat like fucking Ken Block in a gymkhana.
Saying nothing to anybody.
Like almost like hiding the fact that he's getting ready for a fight.
Yeah. So this shark, it must be just like nudging whatever is on the underline because like
he's checking it out.
He just barely playing with it.
I wonder what is on that line too, because the chum they're using is like whole fish.
Yeah. I can't imagine the shark is like gentle at doing anything. It's a big fucking shark.
No.
But, so yeah.
Sometimes they'll bump boats and it's like a little, whales do it too. But aside from that.
Yeah. So he puts it in, I don't know, he's got like some like fucking thing in between his legs that it hooks into. It's like a little pole holder, so he doesn't have to hold on to it himself.
Yeah, so that like if it jerks around, it's got a base that it stays in. And then he's got 2 fucking suspender shoulder straps that hook on to the fucking reel itself and the chair at the same time. And then there's like a weird steel brace in addition to all of that. Like there's this phrase in like trades and any place where you have to learn a lot of regulations. Because a lot of the time they'll be silly. Electricians are going to have to be like, they have to read a paragraph about why you shouldn't touch 2 live wires at the same time. And a lot of people will be like, dumb. That's stupid. And then the professor goes, those regulations are written in blood. My point is, he made that chair on purpose.
Oh,
because he's done this before, and he probably got taken for a ride.
Yeah.
So let's not ever have that happen again. I'm going to fucking manufacture my own personal death penalty electric chair. And we're good. We're in the water, so I don't even need a sponge.
You might as well have a roll bar. It looks like a racing seat,
exactly.
Like a bucket seat.
Yeah, it's fucking Travis Pastrana on the water.
Oh my god. So yeah, I guess they kind of take notice, and then it just starts going.
Yeah,
the shark takes the line.
Hard.
And it's going so fast that Brody has to actually like shovel water onto the reel so it doesn't catch fire.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, cool. There's probably a lot of friction and just like the line's gonna snap if it gets hot. Probably.
I think he cuts it deliberately. Either that or it just snaps. Maybe the shark bit through it, which is the only part I don't like. This and the ropes later on, where the shark is obviously trying to bite through shit.
Yeah,
like that. No. Come on.
It's a more than average shark.
It's not an escape artist.
It's a huge shark. I'm gonna like write a horror movie.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it. The shark has a little logic.
Fine.
We're gonna let him bite through some ropes.
So, it's fine. In fairness, yeah, I guess you don't have to like watch him do math equations.
Nah, yeah, he's just. I mean, the shark's realizing there's a rope, and he's like, "Fuck this rope."
I didn't write a whole lot because I like a lot of this conversation is pretty inconsequential. Hooper doesn't like being bossed around by a guy that thinks that he's kind of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a part where he like makes like Jim Carrey faces behind his back.
Yeah, he does.
Here's the problem though, like this whole scene, pretty much the dialogue between Quint and Hooper has been, if you piss me off, I'm going to make you swim home.
Yeah.
So probably not the best guy to be teasing.
Yeah,
He basically has offered to kill you for you.
they're at each other's throats the entire film.
Yeah.
Well, until he pops his teeth
That's
out.
the other thing too, yeah. But like even after that, they get into an argument because he's over revving the engine, and it's like, okay, at what point are you guys going to stop being assholes to each other?
Yeah,
you know,
just deal with the shark and then argue.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Go plenty after, like once you're on shore.
So he has to cut the line because the shark actually it starts swimming under the boat.
Right. Okay.
That's what it is.
And that'll flip that motherfucker right over.
Oh, for sure. Look at that. Look at the line.
He calls it piano wire. Like
the shark
so
is pulling
some kind of reinforced fucking line. All right.
Oh my god.
They have this cool thing where they harpoon it and then they attach a barrel to it to create drag. I think that's probably actually how people shark fish. With those little and with the oh yeah. We live in London. I wonder if that's gonna get picked up. Maybe it wouldn't. It might not.
Yeah. Oh well.
And then I can't remember what they're called, but the shit on either corner of the back that they tie to like create like boat resistance as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes. So there's like a fucking harpoon gun, and they're shooting these barrels on, and they tie it to the boat, and they do this thing where back like when I was talking about how people were tying their boats together and getting all the lines tangled up.
Yeah.
Brody ties the rope to the other side, but crosses over the entire boat, pinning Hooper to the edge
with the weight of a great white shark.
Yeah, which I thought would have probably snapped him in half.
Maybe.
Or at least
they got to it kind of quick. You're right though.
I
did wonder what was going to happen to him about that.
Yeah. So the plan is they want to like get the shark to the surface, and then Quint just wants to take jabs at it with probably
wear it down, piss it off.
This gigantic harpoon that
they have this
huge spear. They never use it.
It's for like grabbing ropes out of the water and pulling them closer to the boat, so you don't have to like swim out to your boys and shit.
Oh, you know what I would do is I would use it to keep the shark at least that far away from me. By stabbing it.
Give the shark one less eye to worry about.
Exactly. So they're at one point there's too many names.
Yeah.
We got Brody,
Hooper,
Quint, Hooper. So Hooper's playing cards and Quint's just like, "Hey, stop playing with yourself." Made me laugh.
I'm bored, man.
Yeah.
Get that shark back then.
And the chief goes back to chumming and grumbling. And this is like the
chumming and bumming, dude.
This is the most famous part of the film right here,
where he's throwing the chum, but he's not looking.
Nope.
And then he looks back, and I would probably have his exact same reaction.
Yeah.
Either that, or it would be a very loud "oh fuck."
Yeah. The shark just kind of pokes his head up out of the water to say hello. What's up?
Man.
How's it going? I'm a shark.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Hey, it was good. It was good of you to have all this chum out here. I wanted it.
Yeah, as it turns out, I like that.
Yeah, so I thought I'd just surface, just poke my little nose out and just say what's up. Thanks for the chum, buddy.
Preach.
And
Anyway, if you got anything else out there like body parts,
yeah, if you've got any old salty semen I can have, I'd sure jump on the end of your boat for it.
Phrase that different.
No. That's exactly what happens later in the film.
Oh my god. I made a point of writing down here that despite the fact that we were on a very small boat with only 3 actors, this shit is legitimately exciting to watch. Them trying to capture this shark. The boat slowly getting destroyed. Apparently at one point the shark just has a sledgehammer. Because he tries to get inside. Yeah,
he basically has a battering ram.
Yeah,
he's trying to knock it, trying to get the fucking door open. So we get to this scene. This is the most famous scene. This shark kind of pops out of the water. Brody backs up and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna need a bigger boat."
Mandela effect at this moment. It's actually you're going to need a bigger boat,
right?
And I always thought it was weird as well.
And you know why?
Because he's also on the boat.
Well,
how about that?
It's because the old Taco Bell commercial where the Chihuahua's trying to catch Godzilla, and he's like, "Ah, man, we're gonna need a bigger box."
Interesting. All right.
I think anyway.
I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
I very often forget about that racist dog.
It's dead. It's been dead for a long time. And also, by the way, dog. The dog didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, you're right. Racist company that employed a dog.
Well, they employed a dog. What do you expect?
You couldn't just get an actual Mexican person?
Fuck. Quint doesn't really believe him. He's like, well, I got to take a look at what you're talking about here. Well, what do you mean a bigger boat?
So I got the impression that Quint took him very seriously based on his tone. And was like, oh shit, I'd better go out there and look. You know?
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, he sees this, I don't know, massive shark.
Yeah, massive is a good word to describe
Thanks.
that shark.
I honestly, it's not a megalodon, but it ain't not, you know?
There's like, it's almost as if they wanted it to be. Because they spend a lot of time focusing on one specific page in the shark book that Brody's reading, where it's a bunch of scientists standing between the upper and lower jaw of a shark that they found a fossil of.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the most prominent picture while he's flipping through. It's like, okay, so it's going to be a fucking giant shark. All right.
Oh, yeah. The sharks get big, and I think that's what they really wanted you to understand. That was his
point, too, is like, you know, if it lives to be 2,000 years old and it doesn't stop growing, because most horrible things in the ocean just don't stop growing unless you stop them.
Sometimes you got to stop things from growing with a bullet.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to stop things from growing with a little oil spill, you know what I'm saying? Little oil spill keeps the Kraken at bay.
Thanks, BP.
Just like more time passes, we get...
we crossfade tonight. At one point,
Martin's
talking about, Brody is talking about, oh man, we should go back and get that bigger boat. And the crossfade just cuts him off mid-sentence. Like, there's like, I'm done with that line. Fuck you.
Is that before or after they estimate the size of the
I would
fish?
say that's after, yeah. Because
okay.
It's like, oh, that's a 20-footer. 25.
Yeah, it's 3 tons, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, about 3 tons.
If I were to ballpark, pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
You could just stop there.
It's kind of like on Antiques Roadshow. They're just like, yeah, I don't know, a couple million.
Something like, whatever, fuck.
Quint grabs he starts assembling a rifle. It's a harpoon gun.
Yeah.
I don't know if he barrels him here first. I think they shoot one barrel in him, and they're just like, well, that's good.
Fucks off for a minute.
And
and they're like shocked about the fact that 1 and 2 barrels both, that shark can still dive.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you were paying very much attention to the fact that it's the size of your boat.
Yeah, like you do need a bigger boat. That point
it's
still
not gonna
stands.
fit on it.
They shoot this harpoon gun. It's attached to a barrel with a rope. You already know this. We've explained it. The shark takes off, and the barrel kind of follows it, and the music changes to where you're like, oh, they've solved the issue. Oh, it's jauntier. It's more upbeat.
I wrote, am I watching Jaws or Pirates of the Caribbean?
Right.
Because it became very like whimsical sea adventure with my friends.
And then the shark dives and takes the barrel down, and they're like,
damn it.
We did need a bigger boat.
Need a bigger fucking barrel.
At
that point, they're just like, fuck it, all right, if it comes back, we're just going to attach it to the boat instead.
And boy, does it ever come back. I think, does the barrel come back first?
The barrel, it does that thing where it pops up somewheres.
Yeah.
And then, I can't remember, I think they get 2 on it in the next, like, round of attacks.
Yeah.
Because it keeps just coming back. Because, honestly, once the water's chummed, you can't unchum it.
You can't chum what's already been chummed.
Also, wanted to point out that despite the size of this boat, apparently there's a working washing machine set on it, because people's shirts do stay dry.
It's that hot sun, that hot New England sun, you know?
There's a part where the boat's failing and fucking Hooper jumps in and he gets chest deep in water. And then when he comes out, that cardigan is fucking pristine.
Well, it's a cardigan.
It's wool. They absorb.
First of all,
it's like a bounty paper towel.
Why are you wearing a cardigan on a boat for? Jesus Christ.
Well, it's like whatever that fishing sweater attire.
I know the one. It's
with
that,
like the lumpy collar.
It's gotta be wool.
It must.
That's the fishermen are very grumpy, and I feel
that's your mold and mildew right there.
Right there, it's the smell. While they're getting drunk, they're comparing scars, and Hooper's like, I got the worst one right here, a broken heart.
Gay.
Jesus Christ.
This grizzled old man is talking about fucking, yeah, right here I got bit by one thing. Over here I got bit by another thing. There's my fucking jellyfish that looks like I got hit by lightning. Oh, by the way, I'm sad about a woman. I win.
Well, they all have a good laugh. And then Quint ruins it by going, I was on the Indianapolis.
Yeah.
1,000 men went in, 300 came out.
We were having a really good time, but I needed to remind you that I killed some slopes once.
Don't say that,
You know, for a hard fact, if this wasn't a Steven Spielberg movie, he would have literally said that.
Oh, Jay.
His personality type would have said that.
The words you choose.
Fucking, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Charlie!
So, meanwhile, the barrel comes back.
Yeah, it does. And that fucking shark starts knocking around in there to see if anyone's home.
Yeah.
Interrupts our whole bonding trope.
Like a fucking Jehovah Witness.
Yeah, at the fucking middle of dinner.
Have you heard about Jesus Christ and the shark bite I'm about to inflict on you? Have you heard the good news? I'm going to eat you. It's the good news of the Lord. The Lord has a plan for everybody, and
yours is putting you in my stomach now.
Yeah, and yours is becoming shit in the ocean. Floating down, getting eaten by other fish.
Oh my
shit
God.
in the ocean. So they got the stick, they pull the fucking barrel in, and then I believe the shark does another peekaboo.
Yeah, so this is when he starts to chew the ropes.
I love it. Love it. Smart shark.
Later on, he's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pull him off the boat, and he does that. And also, like, at this point, I noticed the only time that there is a score is when he's either approaching or leaving. And for the most part, the shark attacks themselves are silent, and you're just left to deal with what's happening, whether it's effective or not. It is.
Oh, it always is.
I didn't need music. I was here watching I got caught up watching a shark attack, and I forgot that I was supposed to be writing things for a movie. Because I was just having such a good time.
Well, what else do you do?
What the fuck you want, right?
Like, we could just sit here and talk about this, but you'd be like, is this Shark Week? Are we describing Shark Week?
Additionally, with, like, the little things added for people paying attention, like the tooth removal, Quint has a machete so that he can cut these ropes before it fucking pulls the boat to hell.
Yeah, he does.
And when he notches it into the side, you can see other notches in the side because he's clearly had to do this before. Which is sick. Not like as okay, we need more shots of this. Like, historically, I've done this many times in my life.
Shit.
You know?
Yeah, maybe stop going out into the ocean.
If it's like this every time, I think the ocean might be racist.
And, honestly, like, this is a pretty good warning. Honestly, this
I don't need much more than that.
I know this kept people out of the water back then. It's keeping me out of the water right now.
A little bit.
Like, I don't know what's down there.
I would, in theory anyway, swim with sharks deliberately. Circumstances would have to be pretty good, though. They'd have to be pretty on fucking point.
These sharks would have to be old-aged and just gums.
Do you have where's the wading pool with the senior sharks in it?
What time are we eating? 4? I said 4:30. Thank you. And he just fucking, yeah. They're just
amazing.
They just fucking forget that they're sharks, and they're just like, oh, what's going on, man?
I will say also that this shark for 1975 at practical effects is a baller shark. This thing is sick.
It apparently was a big piece of shit to work with, but
worth it, I would argue.
It looks great to me.
Yeah. There's a part where I couldn't tell if it was a real shark or a fake one. When the cage happens, I'm pretty sure they just use a real fucking shark.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They just made a little cage.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, because I was watching that. I'm like, when did this become a real shark? Oh, it's back to the fake shark again. Why did they put that shot of that real shark in there? So while this is happening, while the shark is like chewing through the ropes and fucking their boat up,
we're just redlining the engine.
Oh yeah, this is where Brody goes to like make a call. He goes to like radio out, and Quint's like, "No, don't do that.
It's all good.
Let me fuck that radio up with these many baseball bats that I have for some reason."
Why do you have more than one? Why do you have a rack for your many baseball bats? And then also, did your logic just take a dive into the ocean?
It sure did.
Because a CB radio is good for a lot more things, like when you're actually in trouble calling for help.
You mean like right now, when you're in trouble? Right now? You mean right now?
Well, there's a little bit of a chance that we're still good right now. But like a day from now when we're fucked, you're going to wish you didn't smash that radio to pieces.
Absolutely.
How about the next time you go fishing if you live? So this motherfucker was on a suicide mission from the start, and you can almost guarantee it. This is his life's work come to fruition.
Yep.
You know?
I'm going to get that 10,000 no matter what.
Either that or, like, and I would prefer it because the dreams haven't stopped since 1945.
Oh, the chief
I touched a man, and it turns out it was only half of him.
Yes!
You don't come back from
God.
that. You don't just go back to sleep.
I forgot about that fucking part of the story where he's like, yeah, when we were in the water, I bumped into an old friend.
And he just bobbed up and down because he was only a half of my friend. Oh. We started forming squares like Civil War reenactors, and then our logic was that the first person would get bumped by the shark, and then we'd all scream and thrash, but we all sort of knew that whoever the shark touched first was done.
Yeah, nobody wanted to be on the outside. Nobody wanted to be on the outside.
I was inner cloister.
Yeah, personally, I was actually using the men as a flotation device. I skipped along their heads.
Also, he goes, I'm never wearing a life jacket again, which is the equivalent of, like, rolling 10 times on the I-95 and going, fuck seatbelts now. Kind of counterproductive.
It kind of, but I feel like the logic was like
Like, fuck being in that situation again. I'd rather just die. Because, yeah.
I was thinking more the life jackets attracted the sharks because they were red and flashy.
Maybe. Sure.
I don't know.
Also, like, the life jackets that he has on board are pretty dark in color, aren't they? So maybe you're right.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I assumed. He's like, I'm just never gonna be... Because, like, the boy was on a raft.
Yep.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
That's fine.
So, yeah, the chief calls him certifiable, which is a fancy word for an idiot crazy out of your mind. Just a fun way of saying that so that you don't offend anybody who might be out of their fucking mind.
Fair enough.
And
he kind of takes it in stride. He goes, yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know what? I do believe I could be certified to be in a mental institution. Absolutely.
Well, don't forget my jaws, though.
I got all those shark jaws. Pull them right out of the shark and let them go.
One question. One major question about this movie. Now, it's not perfect by any means. My one major issue is, in a town full of fishermen, you're barely offshore because I can see it in the background. You're telling me none of those cavalier, something-to-prove fishermen came out at any point to join you or try to beat you? You're just out there for 2 days alone. There's not even fishing trade going on.
I kind of assumed everybody was like, oh, we got it. They when they beat the piss out of that poor little shark that clearly wasn't the right size. They were like that satisfied everybody.
Wow, and then someone dies still.
Hey.
And even the mayor is like, yeah, I was fucking wrong. I was so wrong. People died, aren't I?
Fair enough. Well, maybe they were just like sick of it. You know how fishing is. You go out there for hours and hours.
Sunburnt, salted up.
Yeah, you get real sick of it. By
real
day
thirsty,
2,
can't
it's like,
drink anything.
Who needs that $3,000?
Fair enough. They still have jobs to do on the water, though. They're fucking fishermen. Where's anybody in this movie at this point?
Well, if there were more people here, I feel like it wouldn't have been so action-packed. Because they just would have started killing the shark.
like right away.
Yeah.
Oh, we're done.
Quick, everybody.
Cool.
Get your club.
That
Circle
went
it.
well, yeah. Remember SEALs? We've done this before.
Oh, no. So, yeah, they get another barrel on it. I think they try to reel the barrels in at some point.
He just pulls him right off the fucking thing.
He sure does.
Because who cares?
Because
I'm a shark.
He's a fucking
bitch.
shark.
Yeah, it starts fucking up the boat. Starts dragging the boat backwards, which I learned is actually impossible. Which I said previous, but so like there's no shark in existence that can generate enough forward force to actually drag a whole boat.
I want to say, I don't know if it was now or back when he had the fishing rod, but he had Hooper like throw it in reverse. So maybe it was just like to not.
Okay.
But also like no, it was dragging the boat. It was like in this scene, I believe, yeah, it was probably dragging the boat because even I wrote the boat is now being towed hard.
Yeah. So we're kind of fucked at this point, so we're just going to get the cage out. Now, they don't get the cage out until the last basically 10 minutes of this movie, which indicates to you that this is the official climax. Now, before that, there were maybe 3 false climaxes during this fishing trip, where either the shark was within reach and capable of being killed, or because the tension is amping up, you think it's going to end pretty soon, but the cage is out. So this is the one.
Yeah, at some point around here, Quint goes, "We got a taxidermy man back home who's gonna have a heart attack."
Yeah.
Because he thinks he's got it on the rope, but it's the other way around. The shark's got you.
Also, how in the fuck are you getting that to your taxidermist intact? You're gonna have to cut it into pieces just to get it in the boat.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Good lord. Although I would try too, to be honest, because nightmare.
Oh, man, I want that shark's head on my wall.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Hooper's got one job.
He does.
His one job, his one singular job, the reason why he's here and brought his equipment is so that he can put some kind of fucking coma-inducing chemicals into this shark.
I think it's like...
Sodium pentothal, some shit like that.
Yeah, something that's gonna like give it a heart attack or some shit. And he's got it's like a syringe on a stick, on a taser stick, or I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's basically what I imagine it has like a trigger injector like a harpoon gun.
Probably.
Like it's a repurposed harpoon gun.
Some kind of shit.
So let's send me down in the cage. What's the first thing I'm gonna do? Drop that out of reach. The first thing I'm going to do is that.
Yeah, the shark bumps into him and he drops that right away.
Also, the shark goes, "This cage right here? Fuck that cage. Let me get right in there easily."
Is this before or after they start to like drive away? Because like there's at one point there's like they start
trying to kite it back to shore,
and you can see like the 3 barrels in the background just chasing it. And then I think their boat dies.
It does, because he keeps... So that was like the main argument after their battle solidarity bro moment. Because Hooper was fucking right. When you see black smoke coming out of the shitty engine you already had to fix once, chances are put it in neutral for a second.
Just a minute. Just let the current take you.
And fucking Quint is up there fucking just singing away about Spain and the ladies from there.
Mm-hmm.
And not giving a hot fuck about his meal ticket. His whole career. I'm willing to put that down the tubes. I like the song too much.
Yeah. So while he's down in the cage, he takes the cork off of his little needle. I don't know why you went in there without the cork. Like why
bother?
Yeah, why is the cork on there?
Yeah.
You're gonna stab the shark.
Just in case when I'm getting into the cage, I poke myself instead and die.
Oh, for sure.
I guess.
I think I'd rather be prepared for when the shark is right there.
Which it is in like no time at all.
Yeah,
he takes like 2 seconds to adjust his mask, and he's looking, and it's shark time.
It fucking turns around. It's like, oh man, all right, you guys really are stupid.
Okay, let's play. Let's play. How easy is it for me to bend this rubber out of my way?
And boy, one bonk to the cage, and like the bars are bent.
Wide open hole, wide open shark-sized hole in that cage now.
So good,
great.
So the shark is just rocking this cage.
Just wrecking the cage.
At no point did anybody on the boat go, let's pull him up.
No.
Let's pull him up.
Fine. All that commotion that broke the thing holding the cage so that we can pull you back up later?
Well, the cage is rocking.
No.
We're going to leave it down there. Yeah, so this is supposed to be like a shark-proof cage, but the shark takes 2 seconds to get inside the cage with him.
And like... If it's that easy for this one, it must be at least a little bit easy for every other shark.
You would think. It doesn't seem so shark-proof. It seems very...
Seems like the opposite of shark-proof.
Yeah, what's the opposite?
Seems shark-welcoming.
Yeah. I don't have the word for that. I don't think there is a word. So at this point, like... yeah,
Hooper very smartly has scuba gear on, by the way.
Yeah, that's... Because, yeah, he swims out of the top before the shark cage gets all fucked up. I think they, like, pull the cage up, and they're like, bummer.
Yeah, shit, he's gone.
It, like,
no,
yanks,
he's playing hide and seek in a reef.
It breaks the whole winch system, and they gotta, like, do it manually. It's the whole thing.
I kind of did like that the movie showed you that he wasn't dead, because you could have gone the route of just pulling the cage up after all that commotion and him not being in it.
Yeah, no, he, for some reason, decided he needed to swim down and try and find his needle.
Well, it's an important thing to have. Not that it fucking serves a single lick of purpose in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know what good that needle's gonna do when that shark is right there.
Yeah.
And you're not going to outswim it. You're not going to.
It's probably gonna go, ow, that hurt, ass dick. Let me fix that problem real fast.
You motherfucker. And then, so at this point, the shark just says, fuck it. And like, if you're not getting in the water, I'm getting on the boat.
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
I need a ride.
He needs a lift. He's got places to be.
Fucking Quint tries like not at all to not slide like a goddamn slip and slide right down into a shark's mouth and get bitten to death.
Yeah, he almost says "we" as he's going down there. He like gets to the shark's mouth and then he does like this fancy footwork.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, if I'm a shark and I've gotten myself on a boat,
guess what?
Yeah, the last thing I'm gonna do is be disrespected like this.
He's got one foot on the nose, the other on like the bottom of his mouth. I'm just gonna eat both, man.
Boy, oh boy, I just can't wait to slurp this back.
Thanks for serving it up for me.
Yeah,
a la carte.
Just dancing around on the outside of the shark's mouth precariously.
You dickhead. Grab literally anything and pull yourself away. Also, fuck you, Brody. Barely extends a hand or holds onto it at all. He's like, you're kind of a lost cause, man.
You fucking drunk.
I could pretend to try for my own peace of mind, but it's over.
I think at this point the goal was to like let him get eaten, and then the shark just gets fucked up from all the blood alcohol.
Okay, we get this shark drunk first.
And so now Quint actually has the worst injury out of everybody because he's been bitten in half by a gigantic shark.
Yep. Quentin's done.
There's no topping that scar. It just doesn't fucking matter.
He's got a great story to tell his relatives who are dead.
Yeah, in heaven.
Yeah.
Or hell, wherever he's...
Probably hell. If I were to guess.
Let's be real.
Based on how many Japanese people he facilitated the death of.
You don't go out to sea and do...
the things people do out at sea when they're by themselves.
Things that honor God, if you will. There's no God out at sea. So yeah, Quint has been eliminated from the equation.
And Brody feels like it's vengeance time.
Well, yeah, it's time for something. So he decides to go into the boat. Shark's not really having that.
My thing at this point too, like they know what they're doing out there. The whole town knows what's going on out there. Nobody's on shore with binoculars. Like, oh, they're in trouble. Better fix that.
Nah.
Fuck it, they're fine.
Well, you saw their attitude towards them when they were just trying to be like, hey, do you mind? You shouldn't overload the boat.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fair enough.
Fuck you, chief of police.
All of you.
Fuck you,
and the
dumb
weird,
cop.
Fucking hermetic fisherman who thinks he's the best one in the world that nobody probably likes in town.
Well, have you seen his collection of shark jaws? This dude's the best.
Only time he comes in, it's with a stumble also. He's more of a public nuisance than he is helpful to the town at all.
Yeah, okay, you fucking shark. Quint, go home. Your haircut's done. Stop drinking the Barbasol, Quint. Get out of here. He's just fucking in the town. I got
You really
shark.
painted a picture there.
I got shark jaws. Yeah, Quint, put your dick away. I got him. I got the shark jaws.
This one's a great white.
Yeah, come back and I boil it up a jaw.
Oh my god. and then I eat the soup later.
It's
2 birds, 1 stone.
I'm so much of a nuisance they don't let me on land for more than 24 hours. That's why I live on a boat.
He's not even a fucking fisherman.
Yeah. He's just been banned from the fucking land.
Holy shit.
So this boat.
Yeah.
This boat
is going down in a hurry.
How this boat isn't down already?
That's such a great point. It should have been down like an hour ago.
When there's a hole in a boat, yeah, you'd expect it to just like sink.
Yeah.
Just to go down.
Mm-hmm.
But this boat it's like the Titanic.
It's got to split in half first.
Hours.
With a shark helping.
Yeah. And
we're gonna climb the crow's nest though.
At some point before that, we're gonna feed the shark an air tank.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit it in the face with an air tank.
Like a bunch of times so it gets mad and yells at you.
Yeah.
And then you stuff its mouth with a sock.
Yeah. But this time it's an air tank.
Yeah.
And,
it's a 1-to-1 scale. Human mouth, it would be a sock. We need an entire tank of compressed air for this mouth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so he feeds that to the shark. The shark loves it.
Huge fan.
I think
it was the metallic taste that he's used to.
He's like,
blood tastes like pennies. It's like the same thing.
Love it. I love it. Yeah. No. So yeah, the shark's like, thanks for the meal, buddy. I'm off.
Mm-hmm. And this is clever. This is a clever choice.
Clever girl.
Yeah.
Clever Brody. And at one point I just wanted somebody to like, oh, clever girl. And when the shark like goes under the boat, I wanted Quint to be like, oh,
because it is one.
You got me. Well,
I'm thinking that most people gender sharks as male, but I think the females are larger. Now I could be wrong on that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I've noticed in a lot of the Mother Natural world, a lot of the time women are much larger and also very hungry for men they fuck. Spiders, praying mantis.
Ay caramba, yeah.
Anglerfish. The guy just fuses himself to like the puss area
And
of the lady shark, and he just becomes a semen pump.
Yeah, he just fucking deforms into testicles. Is all. These fish are just adding testicles to other fishes.
Oh my god. So yeah, sharks. Sorry, sharks as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was something about sharks like that.
The only thing I notice here is that the harpoon that Brody embeds in this shark's forehead inexplicably moves to its mouth earlier.
Yeah.
So we're gonna climb the crow's nest because this ship's going down.
Oh yeah, this is the last dry part of the boat that's left. And you know what? The shark. You're really making it easy for the shark.
Yeah.
Now the shark's just gotta wait there with his mouth open.
That's basically a shish kebab.
Yeah.
Fine.
He's just waiting.
I'll pull that steak right off of there. Best line during the part where the shark, now with the compressed air tank in its mouth, motoring towards poor Brody.
Oh, Brody is just hoping for a shot too.
Yeah, and he's just taking all kinds of them, which is fine. I really wish you counted how many rounds you had in that thing. I actually got so neurotic about that shit, continuity and whatnot, that as they were doing the barrel thing, I was counting how many barrels were left. But it was on point.
Good.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
He carried all the way down to that. So the winner, the final shot. Now, this guy would suck at a carnival shooting range, but it doesn't matter. Smile, you son of a bitch.
And then the shark does.
Sure does. It listens.
And then it just becomes a fine mist.
Yeah, right away.
Yep.
Didn't know that that kind of thing would do that. Didn't know a compressed air tank had that kind of pressure in it, but I guess it makes sense.
Poof.
Yeah.
Just shark powder everywhere.
Shark powder and then a bottom. That's really it.
Yeah, the bottom of the shark just kind of sinks to the
Yeah.
And then Hooper's like,
that's when he shows up. He sees the half of the shark sinking down beside him, and he goes, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah, don't worry, I stuck it with the needle.
Fuck's sake! Thanks for the help, Hooper.
That bottom half's not getting away, guys. I got it.
We're good. That bottom half's gonna be a slumber when we go back to retrieve it.
And then just
and
Quint?
then we like
no. Quint. Nah, Quint's gone.
It's not going to fuck up our celebratory tone, though.
No.
It's not going to fuck up our jovial attitudes for having survived off of the back of the man who brought us out here and let this whole thing happen.
Do you know why?
Because fuck them?
Because they get to keep the money.
That's true. Didn't really think about that.
They get to keep the money and the TV.
Well, he's the police chief. He could have kept it anyway.
He could have, but he's a good man at heart.
Do we get to go back to New York now, please? Is basically what I say.
Yeah.
Right after all this.
Nah, we're gonna.
Can I go as far away from water for the rest of my fucking life?
Not before kick paddling back to shore on debris.
Yep, it's fine.
Fucking
However
debris.
you survive.
That's
the fucking movie. It just end credits right there with a shot of the beach that they arrive at.
Yep, they don't tiptoe around it.
No, that's fine.
Boom, right there.
8 out of 10.
You know, for a movie about sharks that showed very little shark, 8 out of 10.
Very character driven, but at the same time, like they don't really waste time developing it too much.
No,
it's just it's a fun fishing adventure movie, and then a shark happens.
Yeah, and like. You know, the amount of shark you do see, perfect amount.
Yeah, great amount of large
every time
shark.
you see the shark, it's doing exactly what you want it to do.
If there had been more, I would start to be like, I'd see like gears and rivets and shit, and I wouldn't like that.
No. I mean, honestly, my score highly based on just the blood fountain.
Yeah, it would have been an 8.5, but nobody made a sushi joke. That's it.
Steven, you know what to do.
Quint, sashimi is what I would have preferred. And then instead of just a head shake, no.
What?
Oh, he's tempura now.
It would have been funny if a bit of Quint came out of the shark at the end.
Like his legs just get blown out into the air or something?
Just like in The Hunt.
Would have loved that.
But it didn't. It was respectful. It was tasteful.
Yeah.
Sharks just turn to mist. It's not always tasteful. This one was tasteful.
It was. Much appreciated, Stephen. Okay.
All right.
I have for you 4 movies under 3 themes.
Okay.
Like last week, I couldn't choose between 2 of them.
All right.
So I'm going to let you pick if that's the one you pick.
Okay.
First one is Hunter Becomes the Hunted. This was the easiest shit to put together, by the way. I want you to know that.
I'm glad I gave you an easy week.
Yep.
Okay.
Hunter Becomes the Hunted.
So it's Predator?
Yep.
I bought that on DVD yesterday.
I couldn't not. All right?
No, absolutely. I get it. There's some that are just givens.
Yeah. 4th of July Beach Day Ruined.
Ooh, okay.
It's not Piranha.
Okay.
That happens during spring break. and larger than life animal. So movies where animals are fucking oversized, basically. Like the monster is an animal that exists in real life, but it's like a fucking weirdly big mutated version of it.
Okay. Let's go big animals.
Okay. This is the one with 2 to pick from.
Oh, ballin'. All right.
First one is one that I haven't seen, but by the trailer looks fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you may have brought it up around Chud time, but I'm not 100%. It's called Alligator.
I think I did.
About a sewer alligator.
I think I did.
And the other one's just Anaconda. So, yeah, dude, I made it tough on purpose, too.
Damn.
What we could do, and now I don't know if you've seen Alligator either,
I haven't.
but we could flip a coin for this.
Do you have a coin on you?
I left my wallet in my goddamn car.
Hold on. My wallet might be up here. Wallet! No, my wallet's totally downstairs. Hold on.
Well, we can flip literally anything.
This is what happens when we move to a plastic-based currency system.
Isn't that so unacceptable? Can we get pennies back? There's a dime on your front lawn when I was out there. That's hilarious.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, we got one.
All right.
Okay.
This is the first ever.
First ever coin flip.
I can't, because honestly, I've not seen Alligator, but it's been a long time since I've seen Anaconda, so they're both...
Yeah. Actually, I might as well just do it on my arm. Okay, so we got heads for Alligator.
Okay.
Tails for Anaconda because it's longer.
Okay. I like it.
It was a dumb joke.
Also, yeah, the anacondas are just all tail.
Yep, fair enough. And mouth. Here we go.
Ooh, that was so slick. Have you done that before?
Not in a very long time. It's a miracle because I'm wired from coffee that even happened.
That was beautiful.
And it's heads for Alligator.
All right. Thanks for deciding for me, currency.
Grindhouse Movie Club. Next week, a movie neither of us have seen, but it's about a giant sewer alligator that gets big.
Is it from the 80s?
It's from 1980.
Oh God.
That gets big, eating sewage that has the runoff from dogs that have been experimented on in it. I don't know why the fuck, but fine.
What was the one that wasn't Predator?
That was the Bay. I keep fucking bringing the Bay in.
That's what I wanted. I didn't.
They both have it on the 4th of July. I tried to mask it a little bit.
You did too good, because I was like, oh, good. He's going to have the Bay, because I haven't seen the Bay in a long time. That's cool. All right, fine. Alligator it is.
Alligator.
I love when movies are just named after the problem. Anaconda, Alligator.
Black Sheep.
Yeah.
Malcolm X. Okay.
But whoa! Please, say something else to end the podcast.
No.